Cloud danced cold he one eye, will small warcraft back to space, then walked to his side, said, I spirit is not good, do what things do not need to be responsible for the consequences. Mengbai curled his mouth, looked at the cloud dance leaving, and muttered, I know I'm in a bad spirit, and there's medicine to save me. What did you say? Cloud dance did not know when appeared behind him. Mengbai. Is this woman really like last night, a ghost? Did you see the dragon last night? Last night she provoked such a lively scene, did not see the figure of dragon Qing Xie. Is that woman to marry human really not dragon Qing Xie? Or is the dragon imprisoned? Mengbai shook his head and said helplessly, it's good to run out of their brother and sister's hands. Who can look for him? Smell speech. Cloud dance glanced at him one eye, didn't talk, turned round to walk down the inn. The strength of the two brothers and sisters cannot be underestimated, let alone our dragon people. But with their current strength, we are sure to win against them. Is Long Qingxie really not in Sun's family? Yunwu walks on the street, looking calm and indifferent, ignoring the strange eyes of passers-by, thinking about the dragon's evil. It's been a whole day. I've been to many places. Why is there no news about him? She felt that there was a nameless depression in her heart that could not be dispelled, and the calm and alienation made her feel terrible. However, she believes that the disaster will last for thousands of years, but now she is short of a person who is in debt at any time, which makes her feel uncomfortable. Suddenly, Yunwu was pushed by a powerful force, and then he recovered. Just now, the leisurely streets are suddenly crowded, and the people who come and go are running. The giant dragons circling in the sky are swimming in the same direction as the crowd. The cloud dances and frowns. What's the matter? Go and have a look. The first lady of Sun family is really getting married. It seems that the rumor is true. It's really a human being. How could that be? It's said that if you get married, you'll get married. It's said that the old dragon king is furious. Terran and dragon. Listen to everyone, you a word I a word, leave in a hurry, cloud dance, eyes slightly cold. She had a premonition that the leading actor must be a guy who didn't deserve to be beaten when things got so big. The sound of Swona and firecrackers is incessant. At the moment, the Sun family is very lively, surrounded by people watching. All the people pointed out that the Sun family would offend the Dragon King by doing so. The dragon race and the Terran race are already irreconcilable, but now they have to get married, which is probably the first example of the dragon race for thousands of years. Look what it looks like to marry a human being. A little fat and tall woman, pointing to Sun Qianyu wearing wedding clothes, despises the way. Who wants people to be a big family of the dragon family? If they are rich and powerful, they can do whatever they want. If you have the ability, you can go to the Dragon King to be your backer. Who said no? Yesterday we got the ancient power, today it is not more arrogant. Listen to a few women's sour satire, cloud dance snigger, she can say rich and powerful are false. Isn't the Sun family an empty box now? Just as they pointed out, a line of people carrying sedan chair appeared in front of them. At the moment of seeing the sedan chair, Yunwu's face filled with a layer of darkness. Is it to marry him? She was sure that the human man was in the sedan chair, and that man was probably the dragon. Miss, it's time for the wedding, said one of the housekeepers. Sun Qianyu nodded and looked at the sedan chair, revealing a little woman's shame. Lift the men up. As soon as this sentence was uttered, the crowd around it was boiling again. This man's marriage seems to be forced. This woman is crazy for him. Beauty is in trouble. Mengbai said while looking at Yunwu's expression, he found that Yunwu's face was calm, and there was no wave because of his words. This shouldn't be, Mengbai frowned at Yunwu's reaction. When people lift down the man in the sedan chair, at the moment when they see the man, there is an obvious change in Cloud Dancing's indifferent and calm face. The beautiful man in white, silver hair, like a demon, is not her. Who is the man? At the moment, Long Qingxie is lying on the stretcher, tied up by all kinds of things. It seems that the woman is going to get married in this way. Cloud dance some helpless, this man attract bees really not small, enough popular. He has a calm face. The evil face is like a child now, without any worry. There is a very shallow smile on the corner of his mouth. It seems that it is hard to catch through a layer of gauze, but it can't escape the eyes of Cloud dancing. This guy really has the capital to live wherever he goes. I don't know how many times this face has saved him. When a human arrives at the dragon nationality, he is found by the dragon nationality. He is not dead, but is driven to the shelves by a dragon nationality woman. He has to marry something delicious to offer. Is this a good thing that only he can enjoy? Bring him in to worship Miss Ben. Sun Qianyu looks at the dragon and casts evil spirits. He has a variety of postures and customs. Seeing that Long Qingxie was about to be carried into the corridor of Sun's family, Yunwu's face became more gloomy. I see when you're going to put it on. 1 second, 2 seconds, a quarter of an hour later, wait. A roaring noise instantly blocked the steps of the people who were passing through the corridor. It's you. Sun Qianyu looked at the cloud dance in front of him, his eyes narrowed slightly. Isn't she the woman who emptied the Sun family that night? I have the courage to show up. Put him down. Cloud dance glanced at the dragon, cold too. As soon as Sun Qianyu's face changed, he subconsciously went to the side of Long Qingxie to protect him, and said contemptuously, do you want to let it go? Somebody. Take her down for me, wait, listen to me. Yunwu made a stop gesture, I have to answer your question. Why do I ask you to put it down? Because the man you want to marry is already mine, so you, put it down, and he, Yunwu pointed to Sun Qianyu, slightly raised her eyebrows, and said word by word. Sun Qianyu was stunned when he heard the speech. He tried hard to resist his weakness and said, why do you think he's already yours? I saved him. He's mine. Is it? Cloud dances the radiant of the corner of the mouth sneer to rise, walked towards Sun Thousand Language, glanced at the dragon Qing Xia behind her, this problem should ask him. Who is this woman? How can she rob her? Grab it quickly, save the time to break the rules of thousands of years. The two girls are fighting for a husband. It's a crime. Listen to everyone you a word I a language, cloud dance a cold eye swept past, all silent. Looking at the still closed eyes of the dragon Qing Xia, cloud dance corner of the sneer coagulation live. There was a scream. Ah! There was a scream. Carrying the dragon, the man covered his crotch and curled up on the ground in pain, while the dragon was also thrown on the ground by the man. Yunwu takes back her legs and looks indifferent. You. Sun Qianyu looked at the dragon on the ground. He couldn't say what he felt sorry for him. Then he looked at the man who screamed and fell to the ground and scolded, waste. With a sharp palm wind, Chaoyun dance comes head on. It's a skill of the dragon people. It's wind-splitting palm. That is to concentrate all your strength on palm power. The power of palm wind can spread for several meters around. If you can't meet it, you will be hurt. Bang! The sound of people being beaten away. Cloud dance looking at opposite lazy evil spirit of man, the corner of the mouth satirizes the same, still no to wake up. Long Qingxie goes to Yunwu, embraces her in his arms, probes into her hair and absorbs her taste. I miss you so much for my husband. I think she tastes good, too. Yunwu tried to push him away, but he was hugged more tightly, and could only let him circle. It's good. Long Qingxie nodded. Yunwu's cold face, which had just melted, was covered with frost. That smell is very popular with dogs. You. Hearing this, Sun Qian turned pale. Cloud dance indifferent smile, since early wake up, how still stay here? She wanted to ask why she didn't go to see her since she woke up long ago. There are those who are free to heal their husband. Of course, they don't need to be in vain. Dragon Qingxie releases cloud dance and fondly touches her green silk floating in the air. I mean now, and last night. Of course, She knows that he must have suffered internal injury, but the power of the teleportation array is always in the body. Even if he has the ability of self-healing, he can only heal the trauma. Even if the internal injury is healed, it will recur. But last night his injury was healed. Now she can be clearly sure that the familiar smell of last night was him. As I know, I can make the dragon family one of the best in the world. Except for you, there will be no one else. Long Qingxie is enchanted with a smile. When Yunwu doesn't pay attention, he steals a touch of fragrant kiss, which makes Yunwu look pale. However, he catches a touch of scarlet on her cheek. Last night, he was imprisoned by the woman in the room. Suddenly, he heard the voice outside. Because he was bound by all kinds of things, he could only judge by his voice. When Yunwu said the first sentence, he was completely sure it was her. He wanted to leave with her, but he just wanted to get out of control, so the little thing ran away, but he had to tie himself up again. Sun Qianyu asked him again if he would marry her. He didn't say anything, so he took her as a promise, tied up with all kinds of things, ready to get married immediately. He knew that as soon as the news came out, it would reach the little thing's ears, and the little thing would come. You stole all the money from the Sun family last night. There was a trace of helplessness in the eyes of Dragon Qingxie. Last night, the brothers and sisters of Sun's family turned green. I said to you too, I can understand your love after a long time, but can you find another place to love? Meng Bai, who has been resisting their impulse, can't bear it at last. Last night, I just made a big scene, and this evening, I interrupted my marriage. Now I'm still kissing me with the bridegroom-to-be. Isn't it that I want to die? Who the hell are you? Sun Qianling has been glaring at Yunwu, and his patience has reached the limit. Cloud Dance cold glance at him, radiant raised, steal all the Sun family members. Smell speech, only hear crowd a burst of hissing inhale sound, all people are very puzzled this suddenly appeared woman is who, what is the meaning of her words? At this time, Sun Qianling's face was as ugly as eggplant beaten by frost. I advise you not to be too arrogant. Sun Qian lowered his voice and looked at the Cloud Dance with warning. Yunwu glanced at the people of Sun family who surrounded them and said coldly, what's wrong with arrogance? Arrogance or not, the results are not all the same. It's all about violence. Too much deception. Suddenly, an angry voice rang out, and a big knife with red flame chopped directly in the air, straight to the clouds. The burning dagger, I wish to split Yunwu into two. The cloud dances sideways to evade, the wind element coagulates a sharp sword, and counterattacks instantaneously at a speed faster than the flame sword. Two strokes of power spurted a spark, the wind element blade disappeared, Sun Qianyu took the flame dagger, leaped back in the air, and finally landed firmly. That blow, anyone can see that Sun Qianyu is a little worse. The effect of the pill is coming. I've made a new pill myself. In my mind, the voice of black pride came. Just when Yunwu plans to hand over the battle to Meng Bai and Long Qingxie, people of Sun's family rush on after receiving the order, and Yunwu III are unprepared. All of a sudden, some of the guards of Xuanshi family attacked on the ground, and some of them turned into dragon bodies and attacked in the sky. The turmoil caused by this instant made the whole dragon family into a mess. Cloud Dance slightly frowns, so many dragon people attack, they three deal with some difficulty. Time is coming, don't dally with them. Black proud tone increased a little, deeply know if Cloud Dance humans' identity exposure will face is what. Don't fall in love with war, and go quickly. Hearing Hayo's words, Yunwu beat back several dragon people in an instant and left. Long Qingxie looked at Yunwu in such a hurry that he probably guessed something. The magnetic voice whispered in Yunwu's ear, you go first. Cloud Dance slightly jaw head, through the dragon Qing evil for her to sweep open the gap, wind elements quickly leave the crowd. It's disturbing my marriage. I'll see where you're going. The sharp roar came from behind Yunwu. Yunwu felt a strong palm wind coming from behind, and suddenly turned back. Purple fighting spirit instantly resisted the attack. Bang! The splash of power is like a spark. At that moment, power scattered, green silk fluttering, clothes fluttering, two people, four eyes relative, indescribable indifference and anger. You may wish for yourself. The voice of Hyo sounded again, and the effect of the pill had just passed at the moment when Sun Qianyu attacked Cloud Dance again. He suddenly stopped, and a trace of surprise appeared in his eyes. You're human, too. As soon as the words came out, the voice of the battle disappeared instantly, and the movements of all hands stagnated. Human. Cloud Dance frowned for a moment, the corner of the mouth raised a cold smile. Yes, so what? Now that she has been discovered, she has nothing to hide. The dragon and the human race are irreconcilable. Are you going to continue to watch the excitement? Sun Qianyu took a look at the people around him, pointing at the crowd, and a trace of ruthlessness passed through his eyes. I didn't expect you to be human, too. For hundreds of years, there have been no human beings in the dragon tribe. Let's kill her and make an example. Kill her, kill her. Instantly, the crowd was boiling like a frying pan. Some people have taken out weapons, others have turned into dragon bodies and surrounded the Cloud Dance. Looking at her, there is no hatred, but a joy of playing. The dragon people's hatred of human beings began thousands of years ago. After thousands of years, the dragon people only knew the rumors of the dragon people's hatred of human beings, but they did not experience it personally. The hatred had faded with the washing of thousands of years. For a moment, all the dragon people gathered and surrounded Yunwu. Sun Qianyu looked at the dragon and thought for a long time, if you want you to come to me now, I can think that nothing has happened. Smell speech. Longqing evil ambiguous looked at Cloud Dance. One eye, small thing, might as well take advantage of for husband this body happy dress, finished in our unfinished wedding. That's a good idea. The Cloud Dances to hang Mao a smile in the idea many a silk cunning point. Looking at the ambiguity between their eyebrows and eyes, Sun Qianyu couldn't keep calm anymore, and a sense of despicable anger appeared in his eyes. Then don't try to leave any of them. As soon as the voice fell, a group of people were intertwined in an instant. Sun Qianyu and Sun Qianling's strength Cloud Dance is a little hard to deal with. After all, there is a gap between their height, and they can change their posture at any time. And Long Qingxia came to help her every now and then when she was free, which gave her time to catch her breath. Surrounded by the dragon people, intercepted on the ground and surrounded by the sky, it can be said that it is difficult to escape. After a long time, the three people began to feel a little hard. But the wheel fight can kill them. It's not the way to go on like this. Hyo, is there any way to open the defense? Cloud Dance's idea is conveyed to Hyo, hoping that Hyo can have a way to deal with the brute force of the dragon people. After all, a strong dragon can't beat a local snake. Even if the three of them are strong, they are not as powerful as many people. I'll open a gap for you and get out in that instant. Black prowled slightly with lazy voice into her mind. Is that the only way? Then you'd better save it. Yunwu's eyes were cold, and the dragon people who killed her were knocked to the ground with one strike. They were smart and powerful. If there is only one way to open the gap and escape, she will open it herself. Do you need him? She glanced back at Long Qingxia and Meng Bai, who happened to see her at the same time. The three men nodded at the same time, tacitly identified a weak defense position, and attacked together. 3 strong power splashes out, and the dark power is constantly filling all around. All the people who fight in an instant can't help shivering. What a strange power. See Cloud Dance around dark breaths around, that destroys all darkness to let a person frighten. And the black haze around Long Qingxia was more strange, as if it had swallowed him up, and he was also dressed in white, which added a touch of gloom and terror. What monsters are you two? Meng Bai looks at 2 people who are like falling demon road, hoarse voice roared one. Originally, after seeing the darkness of the Cloud Dancing magic bite, he also suspected that Long Qingxia didn't know her terrible side. Now it seems that he thought too much, and they are just the same. As the two forces of darkness meet in the air, the dragon people on the opposite side are instantly beaten away, and a gap appears immediately. At that moment, the figure of 3 wipes has highlighted the encirclement. Just as they were about to leave, they were stopped by 2. Yunwu looks up at the 2 people wearing scales, frowning slightly. Isn't it Qi Shu and Qi Yong? Why are they here? Has it already alarmed the Dragon Palace? I didn't expect to see human beings for so many years. Qi Shu looks at Cloud Dance 3 people, the corner of the mouth shows a smile of disdain. Take them back. Qi Yong glanced at Qi Shu. The purpose of their visit is to take Yunwu several human beings back to the Dragon Palace for disposal. I didn't expect that human women have such personality. If I want to catch you, I can't be that bad person. I don't know when Qi Shu's eyes fell on Yunwu and never moved away. She was used to the enthusiasm and openness of the dragon women. When she saw such a cold woman for the first time, she felt that it was very right for her taste. Qi Yong's eyes flashed a trace of gloom, and then looked at the 3 people. Are you going with me, or do I take you with me? He is not sure whether he can take them back. If there are only these 2 choices, I'll choose the third one. If you fly, you can go. At the moment when her voice fell, a white figure floated by, but with the treachery that can't be ignored. The wind element is sweeping the power of black haze, attacking Qi Shu. Qi Shu has noticed the strange dark power, but the speed of the power is too fast. He has no time to fight back, so he can only hide in the side of conditional reflection, but he is still shaken back by the afterwave. It's just a warning, my woman. She doesn't want to be appreciated. Long Qingxie looked at Yunwu and gave her a wink. I'm the only one who appreciates it. Touching his hot eyes, Yunwu's face was dim. It seemed that his hot eyes could burn her in half. The naked appreciation was really hard for her to accept, as if she was naked at the moment a glaring look turned to Long Qingxie. She motioned him to take back his eyes. With a smile, Long Qingxie looked more natural. The following sentence made Yunwu completely shameless. It's not the first time I've seen it for my husband. There's nothing to be shy about. His voice is very low, but I don't know if it's intentional. He is heard by Yunwu, Meng Bai, Qi Shu, Qi Yong, and Sun Qian. Go away. Cloud Dance angry a roar, the facial expression is instantly cold. The next second she looks at Qi Shu, her eyes are cold, and the flame in her palm is lifted instantly. The fighting power of her killing intention is absolutely 100%. Then every blow is to really want Qi Shu's life. It's like being eavesdropped on some secret and trying to kill someone. I didn't expect your move to work. Meng Bai looks at the cold and bloodthirsty Cloud Dance at the moment and glances at Dragon Qingxie. Now she has 4 words on her face. Keep away from Long Qingxie looks at the Cloud dancing in battle and smiles. Isn't what he says true? The dragon people see that their Royal Highness has joined the battle, and they don't fall at all. In an instant, they pour evil forces on the dragon and Meng Bai, and a group of people are entangled again. After a long time, there was a mess around, and the sound of breathing was mixed with the sound of fighting. Yunwu looks at Qi Shu and Qi Yong on the opposite side. She doesn't expect that their strength is so strong. After fighting for so long, they just feel a little unstable. But the Cloud dances to wipe off the blood mark of the corner of the mouth. Purple pupil Mao is cold and bloodthirsty. At the same time, Long Qingxie could help Yunwu at the critical moment, and he couldn't bear it. Come back to the Dragon Palace with me, I can consider releasing them. Qi Shu pointed to the dragon and Meng Bai with his fingers, and picked the eyebrows with Chaoyun dance. Cloud dance very cold smile, afraid you dare not. I dare not. Joke, I'm the 3rd prince of the dragon clan. Is there anything I dare not do? Qi Shu seems to have heard a big joke. Is the 3rd prince of the dragon race more powerful than Long Wanghai? Smell speech, Qi Shu facial expression slightly a change. Thinking that Sun Qianyu was going to marry a human, the Dragon King gave up and asked them to go underground to be husband and wife for a lifetime at the moment when she got married. If he wants a human woman, his title as the third prince is just like when the red fire dragon was expelled from the dragon family, there is no family affection to speak of. How could he take the risk of disobeying the Dragon King? So Yunwoo decided that he didn't have the guts. You guessed right, but you still have to go back to the Dragon Palace with me today. Chi Shu smiles darkly and attacks again. Chi Yong follows hand closely, three people entangled together again. And over there, Long Qingxia and Meng Bai are more and more hard to deal with. Just when Meng Bai glances at Yunwoo, his face changes. Be careful. Meng Bai looked at the cloud dance and roared. A dragon woman with a long sword is quietly stabbing at Yunwoo's back. At the moment, Yunwoo is dealing with Qi Shu and Qi Yong. If there is any distraction, it will be greatly impacted. Sword, close at hand. Suddenly, the white figure entangled in the crowd swept out in an instant. In the blink of an eye, it had come to Yunwoo's back. Yunwoo felt that the familiar smell appeared behind her, and a very shallow smile was outlined in the corner of her mouth. In an instant, the woman behind Yunwoo is beaten away, and then Yunwoo feels that a hand is around her waist. In the next second, it is pulled back by a touch of power, and at the same time, it is swept out by a touch of dark haze power. In an instant, the joint attack of Qi Shu and Qi Yong is broken, and Yunwoo finally gets a chance to breathe. Is my husband handsome just now? Long Qingxia circles Cloud Dance and retreats in the mid-air. In the breeze, Cloud Dance can still feel his breath. They landed in a safe corner. Handsome, handsome to pieces. The Cloud Dance's whitey one eye, when her eye touches his blood outflow arm, the eye grounds suddenly a cold. Then she looked at the woman who had been hit by the dragon's evil spirit, and her killing intention flitted by. Was she just hurt? Dragon Qing Evil looked at the injured arm, evil spirit a smile, you know. Yunwoo frowns slightly. She knows that his healing ability will soon heal the wound, but she still doesn't want him to get hurt, let alone because of her. Pain. The dragon leans on the shoulder of the Cloud Dance and is powerless. Cloud Dance cold glanced at the person on the shoulder one eye, indifferent way, deserve. Although she said that, she didn't push him away. She kept looking at his wound to see if it was healed. At this time, her face was pale and bloodless. After Long Qingxia's wound healed, she couldn't say, leave now. Wait here. Long Qingxia places Yunwoo in the same place, sets up a space boundary around her, and returns to the crowd again. At the moment, he has no languid posture just now, and his golden eyes are full of a trace of blood red, just like Satan's coming. This is the territory of the dragon people. Knowing that He Tao is entangled, he has no chance of winning. In an instant, the five elements merge, and the power of the five elements is surging in the air. At the moment when the five elements resist, Dragon Qingxia uses the teleportation array again. Go smell speech, Meng Bai quickly get out into the transmission array. The Cloud Dance also broke the border and swept towards the transmission array. After passing by the woman who had just attacked her, she concentrated all her strength and took advantage of the situation. The woman's tall body disappeared like a meteor. Did she agree to hurt her man? The three enter the teleportation array together. Long Qingxia directly sets his destination in a secret cliff jungle, because that cliff is the place where he was in a coma when the teleportation array had problems. Fortunately, there was no problem on the way of the transmission array this time. They were directly sent to their destination, but there was a small episode when they landed. I don't know why, when the teleport array reached the mid-air of the jungle, it suddenly disappeared out of thin air. Three people's vigilance has been reduced a lot. No one found this abnormal. When they found out, it was too late. Bang! With two loud noises, the dust was flying in the air. Ouch, my ass. Meng Bai fell to the ground, and his butt was hurt by a stone. He couldn't help complaining, what kind of crap did you make? I fell to death. At this time, Yunwoo is pressed on Long Qingxi and held by Long Qingxi. The distance between the cheeks is no more than 1 finger. There is a faint electric friction between the thin lips and the cool lips. Two people at this time of posture, imagine more ambiguous, there is more ambiguous. Meng Bai looked at them as if they were alone and looked at each other. He shivered and turned his head quickly. He muttered, Xiao and AI is dying fast. Just at the moment when Meng Bai didn't turn his head, Long Qingxie stretched out his hand to press the head of Low Cloud Dance, and his lips collided, just like the intersection of volcano and iceberg, striking out an irresistible current, attracting each other between them. Meng Bai shakes his head, turns around and walks away. For the next scene, he won't watch the live broadcast. Long Qingxie indulges in her taste and induces her to follow his rhythm. Yunwu clumsily responds to him, but makes him fall into a dilemma. It was such a simple response that made him almost out of control. The hot breath lingered between them. Long Qingxie looked at the rosy cloud dance on her cheek, and with a deep smile, she was enchanted and said, I can only eat half of it each time. What can I do if I can't eat enough? Suddenly, Yunwu's face turned red like a persimmon. He could only bury his face in his chest to avoid embarrassment. Just now, when he kisses her, he transfers his strength to her body. The internal injury he suffered in the battle has no feeling at the moment, but his cheek is still very red. Sometimes it's good to be knocked down. The dragon is dancing in the clouds, nodding and thinking. Cloud Dance face a black, this just clear two people's postures exactly have how ambiguous, when she plans to get up, Long Qingxie but a turnover to press her under the body. I need to calm down. Long Qingxie looks at the Cloud Dance with a look of pain. She clearly felt his change, this man, there's a lake over there. If you want to calm down, just jump in and take a shower. Cloud Dance refers to the lake on the left, incoherent, rare stutter. There is no such thing in the world. Why do you let the lake suffer when you light the fire? After that, Long Qingxie kisses her again. That kiss is more crazy and hot. Yunwu felt as if there was a fire burning in her body. She was dizzy and lost her mind completely. When Meng Bai comes back again, they are still hugging each other, while Yunwu is completely paralyzed in Long Qingxie's arms. Long Qingxie has been saying that Yunwu rarely takes the initiative to throw himself in the arms. Yunwu's face was ugly. He scolded him for his lack of momentum and strength. He could only stare at him with his eyes. I say you're all right. You don't choose a place to be ambiguous. Do you really think I don't exist? Meng Bai looks at two people, a face of disdain. It's called fun. Mice don't have fun. Dragon Qing evil a deep smile in unspeakable tenderness. When Meng Bai's face sank, besides, I'll kill you. I'll kill you first. Cloud Dance glanced at Meng Bai, indifferent way. Meng Bai can't help rolling his eyes. When he has a lover who forgets his friend, no wonder everyone says that women are the most ruthless and cold-blooded animals. It's nice to be protected by you. The nest of dragon is in her hair. Go away, too. Yunwu roared angrily. Some of them dodged away from his arms and went directly to the lake in the distance. Squatting on the edge of the lake, Yunwu saw a completely strange face in the water, and there was a trace of happiness and sweet smile in his indifferent eyes. Is that her? Touch slightly swollen lips, her mouth raised a smile, although it is a very shallow smile, but let everything melt warm. She is sure that the only different only he can have, can never be owned by others. After a night's treatment, the three people's internal injuries have basically recovered. They planned to leave, but they heard footsteps coming from the distance. The sound of the footsteps was steady and powerful, and the earth trembled slightly with each step. Looking at the direction of the sound of footsteps, they found several dragons in the air, swimming towards them. Go away. Meng Bai looks at Yunwu and asks for her opinion. It's obvious that those people are coming for them. Without waiting for the Cloud Dance to talk, Sun Qianyu's figure in the distance came into their eyes. Looking at Sun Qianyu, the Cloud Dance's and the Phoenix's eyes are slightly narrowed. This is the place where she saves the dragon. Naturally, only she can find it. It seems that she wants to take a chance. For the sake of unnecessary trouble, she'd better leave first. Cloud Dance slightly jaw head, go. Just as the three left, the sky dragon found their figures, and Sun Qianyu and his gang immediately chased them. Feeling the pursuit of Sun Qianyu and others, Yunwu frowned slightly. Now they have no way to stand up in the dragon tribe, and they can't do anything hard. If one day she has power, she must drive these people away. Just when Yunwu three people escaped from the jungle, a group of people in front of them stopped them. Sun Qianling and the whole Xuanshi family are waiting for them here. Looking at the cloud dance three people, Sun Qianling showed a sneer, I've been waiting for three people here for a long time. Yunwu looks at all the Xuanshi family members, and a touch of cold light passes through his eyes. They must have a goal before they dare to take action with such great power. But how could they be sure they were here? Hand over the things you took out in the secret room. I can ask you to intercede with the Dragon King and ask him to be lenient. See, a few people do not speak, Sun Qianling continued. Brother, don't talk nonsense with them. Arrest them and give them to me. I'll tear them to pieces. At this time, Sun Qian language with people also pursued out. They were caught in front and back. Sun Xianling glanced at Sun Xianyu coldly, with a trace of anger in his eyes. Sun Xianyu immediately shut up, and his arrogance disappeared in an instant. Cloud Dance sneers at the eye contact between brother and sister. It seems that Sun Qianyu is afraid of Sun Qianling. You can think about my words. Sun Qianling looked at Yunwu, and his anger faded. After the First World War yesterday, his idea of Yunwu had completely changed. Unexpectedly, a human woman's tenacity and determination attracted him deeply. Don't think about it. The cloud dances in a cold voice. You agreed. I don't know if it's my brain or you don't have brain. Do you think animals can believe it? Yunwu disdains to smile. She doesn't believe that in modern times. You. Sun Qianling was blocked by the cloud dance and blushed. He said angrily, are you really not willing to hand in things? If you don't give anything else, you must take back the ancient light. Cloud dance micro frown, lazy and his nonsense. We all understand what animals say, but you can't understand what people say. People and animals still can't communicate. Meng Bai shook his head helplessly. It's too much deception, brother. You can't bear it, I can't bear it. Listening to the words of slandering the dragon people, Sun Qianyu's beautiful eyes glared, and rushed to attack with a red flame sword. Cloud Dance lazy glanced at Dragon Qing evil, indifferent way, your trouble yourself solve. Long Qingxia looked at Cloud Dance wrongly, covered his chest and said, it's hard for my husband. Uncomfortable. The second before, she saw that he was more energetic than anyone else. The next second it's like this. Yunwu looks at the dragon leaning on her and almost presses the whole strength on her. The weight, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. Well. Cloud Dance kicks Dragon Qing Xia's abdomen with one hook leg. Dragon Qing Xia screams out in pain and looks at Cloud Dance with his eyes bent and extremely wronged. It's hard this time. The next second, the black flame sword appears in Yunwu's hand and cuts it in the direction of Dragon's evil. Kang. The sound of two knives touching each other kept ringing out of the jungle. The two delicate figures intertwined in an instant, and the after effects of their strength continued to spread all around them. The leaves of the jungle fluttered around them. That scene stunned everyone for a moment. Although Sun Qianyu was arrogant and willful, he was also a rare beauty. And Cloud Dance naturally need not say more. Give him back to me and spare your life. Sun Qianyu roared in a low voice, and the sword cleaved the clouds and danced around his neck. Cloud Dance dodged a blow, some displeasure between eyebrows, don't say impossible, is possible, with you can take him. I don't know what's wrong with this woman. Should she give him back to her? Didn't she see that scene? Did she refuse to let go? If it hadn't been for you, he would have married me. Sun Qianyu thought that she had ruined her marriage, and his hand was more fierce. Cloud Dance eyes a cold, with her still thinking about getting married, thinking about the dragon evil not to die. The black flame broadsword was burning all around, the red-hot flames were surging, and the purple eyes became blood color instantly, which was extremely strange. Long Qingxia looks at the cloud dance for a moment, and the golden eyes are surprised. This little thing has completely absorbed the power of Kailan fruit and contracted with Huakailan. But Yunwu doesn't know that Huaqilan in her body has been contracted by her. She only knows that Huaqilan will help her in a crisis. The power of Huakailan looks bright, but in fact it is extremely dark and weird. It is almost the same as the power of Mojave. Now the power of Huakailan has been absorbed by Mojave. So, the power of magic bite is growing again. Dragon's evil golden eyes flitted past an imperceptible worry. If it goes on like this, one day she will not be able to control Moya. At that time, bang! A loud noise interrupts Long Qingxia's meditation. Looking up, Sun Qianyu's huge body is deeply immersed in the earth's surface. With this dramatic scene, Sun Qianling's intention to kill rises in awe. Looking at the wounded Sun Qianyu, he roars, "Kill them!" With an order, the Xuanzi family members swarmed up. In the middle of the sky, the dragons danced and chanted. It was amazing. This war represents the war between human beings and the dragon people. All the members of the Sun family seem to have fought for their lives. Would you rather die than give up the box? Sun Qianling's anger against Zhang Yunwu was obvious. Cloud Dance glanced at him, then drew back her eyes, looked at a grass that she had trampled on, and said, "Before it was dark, I began to dream." It turns out that human beings are so uneducated. Sun Qianling looked at the grass which was ravaged by her and clenched her fists. She's saying he's like that grass, and she can step on him if she wants to. Of course, Yunwu didn't know what he thought, but she looked at Xiao Chao because she didn't want to look up at him and wanted to find something to look down on instead of him. That's all. Yunwu is too lazy to talk with him. The wind element turns into a sharp sword and fights again. On the other side, Long Qingxia is entangled with Sun Qianling. From time to time, Long Qingxia looks at the situation of Yunwu. Taking advantage of the loopholes of Sun Qianling's language, he comes to Yunwu and instantly pulls her out of the attack range of Sun Qianling. The duel between men, the woman is up to you. Yunwu didn't have time to think much, so Sun Qianyu attacked her. She could only fight back passively. Sun Qianling's strength is much higher than Sun Qianyu's. Yunwu knows that he is afraid of her being hurt. As he said, this is a duel between men, and she is willing to accept it. While Mengbai has the right to deal with other dragon people. Yunwu summons the contract beast to help Mengbai, and a battle between man and dragon officially begins. The quiet jungle is restless and chaotic. Go to hell. A very cold voice rang out, followed by a dragon's shadow in front of Cloud Dance. When she caught the real body of the dragon, it was too late. Bang! With a dull impact, the Cloud Dance turns into a virtual shadow and flies out in an instant. In the jungle, the sound of trees toppling continues. Mengbai looks at the Cloud Dance flying out, but he can't get away. In mid-air, a drop of blood fell on the hand of Dragon Qingxia, just like a blood lotus blooming. In a flash, a white shadow passed Sun Qianling and swept away towards the direction where Cloud Dance disappeared. Sun Qianling recovered his dragon body and followed him. In front is the abyss. Yunwu's chest was hit by Sun Qianyu's sweeping. She even had some difficulty breathing, let alone fighting back. Seeing her sight approaching the cliff, she couldn't help herself. How high is the cliff? Can you survive if you fall in? Just 1 second before Yunwu fell into the cliff, a white phantom swept by and picked her up. Just when Long Qingxi brought her back to the ground, Sun Qianling jumped into the air and the dragon god quickly threw it at Long Qingxi. The black haze in the palm of Long Qingxia's hand is lifted up, one hand encircles the Cloud Dance, and the other hand confronts Sun Qianling's fierce blow. With the impact, Long Qingxia and the Cloud Dance instantly retreat for tens of meters. At that moment, Sun Qianling looked up at the sky, his face suddenly changed. In mid-air, countless black sharp blades formed a circle and went straight down at a speed he could not catch. As soon as the dragon body swung, it escaped the attack of the encirclement circle, but it was still injured to the tail by a black blade. The wound of the black blade attack was 10 times more painful than that of the ordinary sharp blade. Sun Qianling turned into a human shape and fell to the ground in pain. At this time, his leg was bloody and flesh blurred, and his leg was estimated to be useless. Meng Bai. Dragon Qing Evil Circle Cloud Dance in the Gold Spirit Back called A. At this time, 5 dragon people attacked him at the same time, and it was almost impossible to hold on. Meng Bai raised his eyes and instantly turned into a white mouse. With a quick turn, he escaped from the 5 people's encirclement, turned into a human and jumped on Jin Ling's back. At this time, Yunwu, who had a short rest, had regained consciousness. Jin Ling, slow down. Yunwu suddenly stops Jin Ling running for his life. Long Qingxie and Meng Bai look at Yunwu at the same time, and there is a trace of incomprehension in their eyes. At that moment, a raging fire around Sun Qianyu suddenly started. It was not an ordinary flame, but the flame of Huqilan. The degree of burning was no less than the original fire. Ah! Sun Qianyu was yelled by the burning flame. The fire of Huqilan seems to have some spirit, where Sun Qianyu runs, where it burns. Leave her in the lake. Sun Qianling struggled to get up, but found that the leg pain has completely disobeyed, can only anxiously roar. In an instant, more than 10 dragon people raised Sun Qianyu and threw him into the lake like a chicken. Cloud Dance looking at this scene, the corner of the mouth raised a smile of sarcasm, just if it was not for the arrangement, how could she be so careless by her fly? Now she was relieved to see that she was no better than her. Jin Ling, don't you run for your life. Cloud Dance sticks into Dragon Qing's evil arms and lazily closes his eyes. Looking at Sun Qianyu, Meng Bai's face turns black. Is it for the sake of seeing her make a fool of herself that this woman stops the bird? Now I see it. Cool. Meng Bai looks at the Cloud Dance, a chilly shiver, sure enough, the most poisonous woman in the world. Long Qingxie looks at the Cloud Dance in her arms. How can she not know what she is thinking? At the moment, her hair is burning and her skin is festering, just like Sun Qianyu, a black man, shaking her head helplessly. Jin Ling is flying at the fastest speed. Compared with Jin Ling professional pilots, those people can't catch up with them, but it doesn't mean they are safe. Xuanshi brothers and sisters will not let them go. The silence was restored in the jungle, but the atmosphere on the edge of the cliff was serious and suffocating. No, sir. Several people chasing Jin Ling lost their target and had to return to admit their mistakes. Waste. After Sun Qianling was angry, he could feel that his legs were broken, thanks to the human beings. Do so many people eat dry food? Young master, they have escaped. One wanted to say that they had run away and that they had won, but he was scared back by Sun Qianling's killing eyes. You want to say we won, don't you? Sun Qianling slightly raised his eyebrows towards him, and the coldness of his eyes was extremely obvious. The man nodded in horror. So many people deal with 3 human beings. If you don't catch them, you let them run away. Do you even say you won? Look at the mess. Do you really think you've won? There are only 3 of them, just 3 of them. Sun Qianling stood up and roared out of control. Having lived in the dragon tribe for thousands of years, he has never been so unbearable as he is today, and he did not expect that he would lose a leg by a human. His knuckles and my eyes were covered with blood and scarlet. He swore to the descendants of the Xuanshi family that if he didn't revenge, he would be punished by heaven. Go to inform the Dragon King that 2 human beings broke in and stole the ancient light. Yes, human disturbance, he can choose to turn a blind eye, he does not believe that the light of ancient times is gone, he can also turn a blind eye. After breaking away from the pursuit of Xuanshi family, they found a hidden place to live, and planned to take care of the injured first. Yunwu was hurt by Sun Qianyu. Although there is nothing wrong with Long Qingxie, Yunwu knows that he has just fought Sun Qianling with one hand, and he has also been affected. And Meng Bai is only the one whose strength is damaged, and he is the one with the least injury. Yunwu took out 3 magic grasses from the space, handed one to Meng Bai, and then gave one to Long Qingxie. If you eat it, the injury will be better one night. Long Qingxie took over the magic grass and looked at it for a while, but the look of his eyes became a little strange. Yunwu is holding the magic grass in her hand. Just as she wants to take it, she is caught by Dragon Qingxie and stops her action. Looking back at the dragon, I noticed his abnormal look. Yunwu frowned slightly. I don't know what happened to him. What's the matter? Have you used this? The evil dragon asked. Cloud Dance nods. This is not nonsense. Did not use. How does she know one night can heal internal injury? Don't use it anymore. Long Qingxie took the magic grass in Yunwu's hand and said, is there anything else? Give it all to me. Does this magic grass have side effects on the body? Cloud Dance frowns. She can only think of this explanation, but why Left League did not tell her? Long Qingxie shook his head. It's a holy product for healing other people's bodies, but it's a deadly poison for you. Why? Cloud Dance is puzzled. The hidden power of the magic grass is extremely dark. All its power can be absorbed by the evil phage. That power will make the evil phage restless. Long Qingxie's eyes flitted over a bit of complexity. When he spoke, his eyes never left the magic grass in his hand, as if he was deliberately avoiding the eyes of Cloud Dancing. He's lying. Cloud Dance is very clear, but did not open. Her heart vaguely can understand what he is hiding. The power of magic grass will be constantly absorbed by magic bite. With the power of Hu Qilin in her body, magic bite will become more and more powerful. One day, when it is so powerful that she can no longer control it, it will destroy her. Of course, he would not tell her. I've been so absorbed in looking at Wei Fu. Do you think Wei Fu is more handsome? Long Qingxie looks back at the evil spirit with a smile and blinks at Chaoyun Dance. Do you think I should hit a meteor punch on your handsome face? She doesn't seem to have settled with him about Sun Qianyu. One punch is not enough. At least you should give him a kick, but don't use too much force. In case of kicking good or bad. Meng Bai looked at the dragon and Cloud Dance, ridiculed the way. Why don't you try the strength first? Yunwu looks at him with an eyebrow. Meng Bai immediately shook his head. I'm the only child in our family. Cloud Dance. Today, they have suffered a big loss, and they will not give up. Now we are like having labels on our faces, and we will be chased wherever we go. Meng Bai sighed helplessly. Brother and sister are going to be killed by these 2 people. If they don't kill them, they will feel uncomfortable. Of course Yunwu knows that. So we can continue to live with a different face. She's good at changing appearance. She's taking the pill that Hyo developed to suppress the human breath. Who can guess their identity? But now it will take time to change a new face. Maybe they will be watched at any time now. After thinking about it, they decided to find a place to hide first, and then they went to the city after completely changing their identity. Yunwu 3 people walk all the way along the stream, looking for a temporary safe place. You know, it's on the territory of the dragon people. They are too conspicuous and easy to expose. Wait a minute. Dragon Qingxie suddenly stops Cloud Dance. Cloud Dance suddenly stops. Some don't understand of looking back to see to him. How? When did you get an extra blood stain on the back of your hand? Long Qingxie looked at the slender palm of Cloud Dancing, and a faint blood mark was visible on it. Vaguely, he seems to understand something. Cloud Dance raised the back of hand to see one eye. Star Mao tiny am I. Why does she all not know this bloodstain when appear? And why does she feel that the bloodstain is getting clearer and clearer? Suddenly, Cloud Dance suddenly raised her eyes and looked at the dragon. It's the blood net. She finally understood why the Xuanshi brothers and sisters were so sure that they were in the jungle because of the bloodstain on her hand. This bloodstain and blood net have induction. Through the blood net can find her position. It's her carelessness. I think they're in the neighborhood. Mengbai glanced around and felt that the dangerous breath was coming from all around. Yunwu looks at the bloodstain and ponders for a moment. She pulls out the little potato in the space. Little fellow, do you know how to make the bloodstain disappear? Little potato looked at the bloodstain and blinked. Suddenly, he jumped up in the heart of Yunwu's palm. He was very jubilant. Cloud Dance slightly frowned. This is a few meanings. After jumping for a while, Yunwu found that the little guy didn't want to stop at all. If it doesn't disappear, you will disappear. Cloud Dance face a black, don't come a bit hard of this little guy also endless. Smell speech, the small potato brush don't jump, depressed skim Cloud Dance one eye, slowly lying in her palm motionless, look like how good, how wronged, how wronged. Yunwu sighed helplessly. She didn't let it move. It's her who talks to it. I thought it opened the blood net that night, and today it can help her to remove the blood mark on the back of her hand. Who knows, just when Yunwu was going to take it back into space, he suddenly found that the little guy was looking at Yunwu with bulging cheeks. It seemed that he would vomit in the next second. Cloud Dance Mao light tiny change, quickly pull up his two legs, hang upside down in mid-air. Poof! The little guy spat out a mouthful of blood. The Cloud Dance heart stops. How to return a responsibility. Little potato. Yunwu looked at the motionless little potato, holding it in one hand and slapping it twice on the cheek with the other hand. Unfortunately, he didn't respond. I don't think he will die. At the same time, the two people who watched the scene heard her words and looked at each other. They all shook their heads helplessly. Can they still move their tails when they die? If you die, dig a hole and bury it. Yunwu shook his head pitifully, took out a dagger from the space, and really planned to dig a hole on the spot. All of a sudden, the little guy in his hands swayed hard, his butt twisted, his mouth pursed, and he made an ugly face towards Yunwu. Looking at Yunwu's dim face, it seemed to be more excited, and the whole body was jubilant. If you want to toss, then toss yourself slowly. Cloud danced towards small potato, show a gentle smile, the next second eyes suddenly a cold, 5 fingers a loose, small potato fell on the ground. In the second of taking back the palm, Yunwu found that the bloodstain on the back of her hand was gone. She realized that the little guy just vomited blood, which was the blood of the bloodstain. Howl. Little guy was thrown on the ground, discontented Chaoyun dance. It looked up at Yunwu, saw that Yunwu ignored it, then bowed his head dejectedly, holding Yunwu's clothes and never let go. Suddenly, a strange sound came from the distance, and the three looked at each other. How fast it came! Yunwu's face was slightly cold. Leave first. At the end of the speech, Long Qingxie creates a space boundary and seals up most of the space. Looking for the direction of their departure in the boundary requires more consideration than usual. Only when they have time to solve the problem can they have time to leave. Cloud Dance glanced at the blood vomited by the little potatoes on the ground, and the light of a cunning point flitted by. Just when Yunwu left, she always felt that something was sticking to her skirt and couldn't shake it off. When she looked down, little potato grabbed her skirt and was being dragged away by her. Looking at the frown, pursed his mouth and grabbed her little potato hard. Yunwu's heart instantly melted, bent down and picked it up. I knew now. What did you just install? Little potato shows 2 small tusks and smiles at the cloud. The unusual breath in the distance is more and more clear. Yunwu takes the little potato back into the space, and the 3 of them move towards the opposite direction of the breath. Along the way, the 3 people have been looking at the terrain to see if there is anything easier to hide but not easy to find. Weifu thinks it's good there. The white phantom suddenly stops, and the dragon looks up at a certain height. When Mengbai heard the words, he saw that there was a bush on the high ground. The bush was covered with green trees all around. It was very hidden. Standing in their position, you could see a hole clearly. If you hide the hole, it will be difficult to be found. That's it. Yunwu looks at the entrance of the cave and takes the lead in plundering away, followed by Longqingxi and Mengbai. The cave is very dark. It is only illuminated by a few patches of sunlight shining through the cracks of trees. The cave is not clean. There is still some moss around it. It seems that no one has been here. Yunwoo looks at Longqingxi and Mengbai, and raises eyebrows at them. They nod at the same time. Looking ahead, one of them disappears. Who is it? Mengbai's voice came out. After seeing the man's face clearly, the surprised voice came out again. How are you? Cloud Dance's mouth slightly yawned. It seems that no one has been here, but there is a breath that does not belong to the cave. The breath is weak. Let her feel a little familiar. Why are you? In the cave, a weak and hoarse voice broke the silence again. Cloud Dance's forehead a wrinkle, look suddenly a change, Red Fire Dragon's voice. Suddenly, purple figure quickly forward, into a phantom disappeared. In the distance, a figure was lying on the ground. His forehead was wrinkled and his face was pale. It seemed that he had been hurt. Now he was holding up and talking with Mengbai. This young lady has offended the dragon people. We ran for our lives. How about you? Mengbai pointed to the Cloud Dance behind him in a helpless tone. Red Fire Dragon glanced at Cloud Dance, with a bitter smile. Just like you, I ran for my life. Looking at the long and short whiplash wounds on the Red Fire Dragon's body, an undercurrent surged in her eyes, and they all felt the change of her breath. Who hurt it? The whiplash wound on his body is definitely not the one he was injured when he was in the teleportation. Even if he was injured at that time, after so long, the wound should have healed. Obviously, these are new wounds. Who dares to hurt her people like this? I don't know why. At the moment, Yunwoo can't feel the arrogance of the past. On the contrary, it has a look of pain. Silent for a long time, Red Fire Dragon just slowly opened mouth. The past, don't mention it. Cloud Dance eyes color slightly change. He does not want to mention, or do not want to let them know. Forget it, no matter what kind of mind, he won't say, she won't force. This hatred she will always remember. As long as he tells her who hurt him, she will certainly ask that person back 1,000 times. What are you two doing? Want others to find out where we live? Cloud Dance cold glanced a Meng White, pure cold way. Don't look at me like that. Why don't you look at him? Meng Bai shivered and couldn't help complaining. Every time he saw her eyes, his body suddenly froze. Do you care? Looking at the smiling dragon behind him, Mengbai turned and left, muttering, two black-hearted things. Don't laugh, you go too. Seeing Mengbai leave, Cloud Dance looks back and stares at Long Qingxie. I really don't know what's worth being happy about, which makes him smile so brightly. Dragon Qingxie chumu a smile, turn around elegant toward the cave. He knows Cloud Dance will they two people away, must have something to say with Red Fire Dragon. If you don't guess wrong, you should ask Red Fire Dragon about being injured, although on the surface she won't force him to say it. But who can hide what the little thing wants to know? When they left, only Cloud Dance and Red Fire Dragon were left. Yunwoo took out a magic grass from the space, squatted down and handed it to the Red Fire Dragon, and said plainly, eating it is good for your injury. Looking at the magic grass in Yunwoo's hand, the Red Fire Dragon looked slightly surprised and said, how can you have the healing strange grass? This magic grass grows on the top of the desert, but it is very difficult to find. How can she have it? The cloud danced, and a trace of impatience passed between his eyebrows. Where can so much nonsense come from? Eat. I won't eat any more. By Cloud Dance such a roar, Red Fire Dragon arrogant nature was immediately hooked out. Red Fire Dragon, how did you get this whip wound? Don't I remind you? Cloud Dance plays with enchanted grass and reminds him kindly. Red Fire Dragon back a cool, looking back angry way, how do you know my whip injury how to come? Not only do I know, but I also know how ashamed and angry you are now. Cloud Dance a face of enigmatic, as if really know everything. What's the shame of me? Sooner or later, I will take back what belongs to me. I'll wait for all the bullshit chi shu chi yong. Red Fire Dragon was excited by Cloud Dance, and everything came out. In a rage of self-anger, Red Fire Dragon looked at Cloud Dance with a smile, and immediately realized that he had been cheated. You don't know anything, how dare you play with me? I don't know why you don't want to mention it, but I only know that no matter who hurt me, you can't live in peace in the future. Smell speech. Red Fire Dragon Leng for a few seconds, was driven out of the family, imprisoned in Cloud House for hundreds of years. His attitude to everyone is the same, never trust anyone. Now Yunwu's words undoubtedly threw a bomb in his calm and indifferent heart. It was like a torrential river in a moment, unable to calm down. Well, you cheated me anyway. Red Fire Dragon disdains cold hum, in order to cover up the inner waves. But Cloud Dance can see his right and wrong. Tell me, who hurt you? I'll lift the grave of his 8-generation ancestors. Cloud Dance hands the magic grass to the Red Fire Dragon again, and the Red Fire Dragon swallows the magic grass. It seems that it is difficult to speak with eyes slightly down. Cloud Dance is not anxious, quietly waiting for him to say. Looking at the scars on the Red Fire Dragon, the flesh and blood are split, the blood has solidified, and the ragged clothes around are solidified together. A little move is the pain of tearing the flesh. Such a wound is not a battle wound, but a punishment. She has probably guessed whose masterpiece it is. The Cloud Dance eyes coagulate frost cold, her person is not others say to move. After a long time, the Red Dragon sighed and lay on the grass. He accidentally pulled the wound and gnashed his teeth in pain. When the pain eased, he sighed and opened his mouth. There was a problem with the teleportation array that day. We were all separated. I don't know where we were swept by the whirlpool, but Lao Tzu was swept back to the Dragon Palace. Originally, he was guilty and escaped. Now he is sent to the door. Who will let me go? So, they imprison you, punish you, and finally try to kill you? Cloud Dance, cold eyes, voice like winter's snow, suddenly cold breath around. If I had not been injured, could they have imprisoned me? Red Fire Dragon disdains a hum, words are still arrogant, that a trace of helplessness and bitterness, Cloud Dance can feel. I always want to ask you what you did in those years. The dragon family wanted to drive you out of the family. Yunwu didn't understand what he had done as the 8th prince of the dragon clan. He could make the Dragon King make such a heartless decision to kill his son himself. I don't want to say it, so don't ask. Red Fire Dragon look some dodge, turn back to Cloud Dance, no longer speak. If you don't say it, you won't say it. It's hard to hear. Yunwu stood up and walked out of the cave. It's a great shame to be expelled from the Dragon Clan because of the Red Fire Dragon's temperament. Of course, I don't want to face it. It's not easy to tell why he was whipped. Let's wait until he wants to talk about those things. Now she knows who hurt him and what Red Fire Dragon thinks. She plans to help him get back what belongs to him. After a night's recuperation, the internal injuries of Red Dragon have been cured. Yunwu also made several human skin masks, and brought the pills developed by Hyo to suppress the human breath. Several people entered the dragon family again. After entering Longcheng, several people deliberately passed by the Xuanshi family and found that the Xuanshi family was more strict and secret now. It seemed that they were scared. I didn't expect you to turn the Xuanshi family upside down. Red Fire Dragon looked at the extremely handsome Cloud Dance in a man's dress. Although he was a little disdainful, he was surprised. The power behind the Xuanshi family is the Dragon Palace. This woman made the Xuanshi family like this. It's impossible for the Dragon Palace to sit back and ignore it. But he didn't know that hundreds of years later, the relationship between the Xuanshi family and the Dragon Palace was not the same as before. Now the Xuanshi family can only rely on the ancient light to get the help of the Dragon Palace. Cloud Dance is still indifferent, take back the eyes of the Xuanshi family, and turn away. For her, the Xuanshi family was not in his plan. If it wasn't for the dragon, she would not bother to provoke them. Now she has changed her identity and got the ancient light, so she doesn't need any intersection. What we need to do now is to get another part of the ancient light, and the ancient light is in the dragon family. She just wants to help the red fire dragon return to the dragon family, killing two birds with one stone. All the way, Yunwoo was thinking about what kind of identity they should enter the dragon clan. Just after the four people entered the city, they suddenly found a group of people crowded in front of them. They were so busy that they didn't know what to say. The four looked at each other and squeezed into the crowd together. Because they were relatively small, the people around deliberately made room for them. After squeezing into the crowd, Yunwoo found that it was the notice posted by the Dragon Palace. Prince Longba, who escaped hundreds of years ago, came back a few days ago. In order to rectify the rules of the Dragon Clan, he ordered to be expelled from his clan. If anyone finds out his whereabouts, he will be given a heavy reward regardless of his life or death. How did you suddenly appear after missing so long? It seems that the dragon people are not peaceful again. After reading the contents of the notice, Yunwoo's eyes were cold, and she walked out of the crowd ignoring the people's gaze. What she wanted to know most now was whose order the notice was. Vaguely, she has a premonition that looking for Red Fire Dragon is the meaning of Dragon King, but life or death should be the meaning of other people. See? That's what happens when you come back. Cloud Dance looks at Red Fire Dragon and raises a sarcastic smile. Even you laugh at me? Red Fire Dragon roared angrily. It was hard to hide his anger. How can he bear the humiliation without dignity? It's not she who laughs at you, it's you who laughs at yourself. Meng Baikan and Red Fire Dragon said what Yunwoo also wanted to say, you don't want to face the past, but also want others to respect you. How can it be? If you are misunderstood, you have to solve the misunderstanding, and if you are not convinced, you will kill him. Smell speech, Red Fire Dragon's anger abated half, this big uncle early wanted to kill them. That's it. Tell me who it is. Let's kill him together. It's quick and cool. Meng Bai mouthed a yang, proud of the micro yang chin, as if he said what the general truth. Cloud Dance glanced at Meng Bai and shook his head helplessly. Red Fire Dragon now has a contract with her, she will not turn a blind eye to this matter, just hope Red Fire Dragon can believe her. At the beginning, I was my father's favorite son, and Qi Yong's mother was his favorite woman. I don't know why she suddenly became seriously ill, so she sent someone to find the only Shuhuan pill in the world. Who knows, it was robbed halfway. At that time, I was outside, and I was imprisoned as soon as I got back to the Dragon Palace. The evidence is conclusive that I robbed Shuhuan pill. Mentioning that years matter, Red Fire Dragon did not have the usual arrogance, on the contrary is some resentment. Also, so confused was crowned with charges, put who can let go. But without Shuhuan Dan, Qi Yong's mother was not saved, which indirectly killed the Dragon King's favorite woman. How could the Dragon King let him go? Who found the original evidence? Cloud Dance and Willow eyebrow pick, this is a deliberate frame-up, the purpose should be to let the Red Fire Dragon never turn over, in the dragon cannot survive. Red Fire Dragon shakes his head, seems to have some irony, at the beginning, I only knew that it was because of this charge that I was imprisoned. Before I had time to investigate, I was ordered to drive out the Dragon Clan. What do you think is wrong with this? Cloud Dance looks at the dragon and asks. This kind of trickery needs the city government's business, or he is more suitable for calculation. Long Qingxia lazily looks at Yunwoo, hooks her fingers and signals her to come over. Cloud Dance micro frown, but for the sake of inner doubt or gather in the past. With a smile, the dragon whispered something in her ear. No way. Cloud Dance suddenly surprised a roar, the expression of the fundus of the eye all died a touch of startle. The unknown Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai look at each other and don't understand why Yunwoo is so excited. Remember that if you are a husband, nothing is impossible in front of power. It's not as crazy as that, is it? Listen to two people you a word I a language, Meng Bai finally can't bear, can you say some people's words? It's normal that you don't understand what people say. The clouds cast a glance at him. Meng Bai's face turned black. He pointed to the Red Fire Dragon and said, he doesn't understand. It's all the same. It's normal that he doesn't understand. Cloud Dance glanced Red Fire Dragon one eye, indifferent way. Looking at the crowd gradually scattered in the distance, the Red Fire Dragon was gloomy. No matter who framed Lousy at the beginning, Lousy will find out and let them taste the taste of being expelled from the family. Children can be taught. Cloud Dance picks eyebrow to smile, then looks at Meng Bai and long to pour evil spirit, since the target has been determined, now it's bad influence, I have a way, don't know what you think. Tell me about it. My husband will support you. The Cloud Dance's Phoenix Mao tiny to hang, see toward Meng Bai, how about the top of desert? Meng Bai was stunned and looked at Yunwu. Do you mean to go to the top of the desert to gather forces? This woman doesn't have a fever, does she? The top of the desert is full of villains driven out by the family. They are burning, killing and plundering. They are stubborn and unrestrained. She wants to gather those people into a force. Is she crazy? I'd better think about it. I don't want to be pursued by another force. Red Fire Dragon was also a little surprised. Although he had never been to the top of the desert, he heard a lot about the top of the desert. The people there were isolated from the world and extremely vicious. They went there to consolidate their forces. If others heard this, they would laugh, right? Yunwu nodded, but his attitude could not be refused. Dragon Qing evil slightly jaw head, put away languid look, embrace Cloud Dance willow waist, evil spirit way, then go. Are you really going? Looking at their figure, Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai yelled at the same time, but they waved to them without thinking about it. You two wait for me. Two figures swept forward quickly. The clamorous Dragon City regains its former tranquility, but behind the tranquility is the precursor of the storm. Is the night, the silent night is doomed to be not calm. 4 people deliberately wait until the night to pass the dragon border. In this way, they will have a great chance of meeting desert beasts. At that time, they can go all the way to the desert city and collect some magic nuclei. If you want to create a force, I'm afraid there will be many places to use the magic core. Coming to the top of the desert again, the 4 of them can no longer feel the pressure of the top of the desert. All this is due to the effectiveness of magic grass. The top of the desert at night is particularly quiet, which makes people feel numb. On the boundless top of the desert, only the footsteps of the 4 of them reverberate in the secluded forest. Suddenly, Cloud Dance looked at the distance, suddenly stopped. There it is. She looked at the 3 desert beasts on the opposite side, with a dangerous and charming arc in the corner of her mouth, just like poppies, blooming slowly in the night. Is that a desert beast? The Red Fire Dragon looked at the desert beast and was surprised. Once upon a time, he had only heard of the ferocity and extraordinary sense of smell of desert beast, but now he was shocked to see it with his own eyes. Now they appear. Do they smell the food? It looks like more than that. Yunwu's eyes narrowed, and he looked at the desert beasts gathering behind the 3 warcraft, with a cold smile. Did the 3 heads just come to see the wind first? I saw that there were more than 10 warcraft behind the 3 desert beasts. Except for the 3 warcraft with higher level, the rest were intermediate warcraft. Looking at more than a dozen desert beasts, the cloud dances, and a trace of fine light passes through the bottom of his eyes. He takes their magic core, which should be enough for a while, right? After thinking about it, the black flame broadsword suddenly attacked, and the purple phantom swept away. In the blink of an eye, it was already intertwined with the desert beast. And the other 3 people are holding arms, a lazy look, there is no fear that the ferocity of the desert beast will hurt the clouds. They know too much about the strength of Cloud Dance. These desert beasts are only enough for her to relieve itching. 1, 2, 5. Meng Bai watched Cloud Dance kill warcraft cleanly, each kill a help her count 13, kill finished. You have less and less time to solve the battle. This time it took less than half a minute, breaking the record. Red Fire Dragon looked at the corpse of warcraft in the desert. When he looked at the Cloud Dance, his eyes passed a trace of worship. The strength of this master is really unfathomable. Yunwu put away the magic core of 13 desert beasts, and the four set foot on the road to the desert city again. The nearest place to the dragon clan is the evil city. When the sun rises, the four finally come to the evil city after a night's walking. They hand over 4 magic cores and enter the evil city. They first find an inn to fill their stomach. Little two, give me all the most expensive and delicious dishes here. It's my treat. The red fire dragon roared to the shop boy, then pointed to Mengbai beside him, with a sly smile on his face. Hearing this, Mengbai turned black. I don't have any silver, and I don't have any magic core. The master is there. Mengbai points to the cloud dance on the opposite side and gives a white look at the red fire dragon. Because the dragon people in the evil city account for the vast majority, the 4 of them will be particularly conspicuous as soon as they come into the inn, and most people will look at them for a while. Because they hide the human breath, the dragon people do not know their origin. What kind of people are you? A sound of laughter and abuse came over the opposite table. Opposite is a dragon people, looks about 40 years old, bearded, looks like a mountain village people like feeling, eyes with a kind of pride and self-confidence as a dragon people. No matter what kind of clan you are, this is the territory of our dragon people. It's still time to leave. The man saw Cloud dance and said. At this time, the shopkeeper came to Yunwu with the meal, your meal. Pa. The sound of china breaking. The shopkeeper looked at the empty hand and said that he suddenly froze in the middle of it. He didn't respond. The hot food had been knocked over by a long sword. What the hell are you going to eat? Get out of here. The man glared at Yunwu 4 people, as if the whole inn just looked at them. Damn, I can't stop eating. Mengbai looked at the overturned food and heard that the man was forcing it endlessly. He couldn't help scolding. Try another curse. Believe it or not. When the man's eyebrows are horizontal, it's very hard to pull, because he is a tall dragon, and they are other normal races. In their eyes, except the dragon, all the other races are lower. Cloud danced tiny raised mouth to glance at that person one eye, as if didn't hear general, picked up the teacup on the table to lightly sip one mouthful, afterward immediately tiny frown, a smell of fly. Ha ha ha. All the people in the inn were laughing at the man just now. Cloud dance eyes color calm, conveniently moved the cup to one side, the cup fell, a cup of tea fell on the ground. Listening to all the people's laughter, the man's face became more and more ugly, holding a sword hand tightly. Suddenly, the man suddenly stood up, came to Yunwu in a blink of an eye, brushed the long sword out of the sheath, angrily pointed to Yunwu and said, Who the hell do you say is a fly? Cloud dance head also don't lift, see also don't see chest of long sword, indifference way, who promised to say who? This is a naked provocation. I see you're looking for death. With a wave of the man's sword, he would wipe Yunwu's neck. Cloud dance motionless, eyes still calm without wave. Pa. Half of the sword tossed on the ground a few times and made a few clear sounds. When the dragon people looked at the half of the sword on the ground and the half in their hands, they were surprised. How come, what did you do? The man looked at the cloud dance, shocked, some stutters, can't help but back a step. Nothing. Cloud dance cold hum a smile, cheers, just so kind of momentum to wear. That's it. That's it. But what she said is true. She did nothing, but it doesn't mean that other people didn't do anything, such as the dragon. Did he make that blow just now? Cloud dance raises mouth to see the dragon Qing Xia nearby, the sword eyebrow of the dragon Qing Xia is tiny to pick, toward her wink may I, signal her, have him in although at ease. What do you have to do with those people? The man looked at the 4 of them, and his anger was obvious. Cloud dance some don't understand, just a shock appearance, the next second but becomes so angry, this man change face how faster than a woman. But who are the people he's talking about? Why do you bring them together? Who are the people you are talking about? The red fire dragon glared at the man and threatened, I can't tell why we are connected. I will eat you. It's probably the subtle reaction between the dragon people and the dragon people. The man felt a little scared when he heard the threat of the red fire dragon, but he still insisted on carrying on the arrogance. A woman and 3 men came here the day before yesterday. They not only stole our magic core, but also injured my 2 brothers. Are you a group? The man looked at the cloud dance, extremely angry. When he thought that the magic core he had worked so hard to get had been stolen, and his brother who had been with him for many years had been injured, he would not be angry. Now when he saw Cloud Dance and Dragon, Red Fire Dragon, Meng Bai, also a woman and 3 men, he could not help but connect them. Do you think the 4 of us are like the 4 of them? The Cloud dances a tiny pick eyebrow. It's not like that. Her answer was the voice of all the people in the inn. It's not like what you're still talking about. Meng Bai touched his forehead and glanced at the Red Fire Dragon, as if to say that you dragon people really can play. This words, the man's face is green, and he returns to the seat. I don't know why he is suddenly honest. Because of the topic just now, the whole inn suddenly became lively. Everyone discussed the people of the day before yesterday. When I first came here, I took their magic core blatantly, and asked who saw her take it, and who said that if she saw it, it would be repaired. This villain has made his home. Who the hell said no? Those people robbed their own demons, and the little girl insisted that they robbed their demons. At last, the demons disappeared and people were beaten. I didn't expect that the little girl was so cruel. The 3 people around her haven't done it yet. She's the only one to deal with the 2. She doesn't move her legs. Cloud Dance listened to the crowd Yun say separately, the eye ground flits a silk to ponder, who on earth is so arrogant? But this description reminds her of a person, Chi Yi's. The woman they described was quite right with her, but could it be her? The other side is still 4 human beings. In a word, let Cloud Dance affirm their own ideas, but at the same time, they also have some doubts. What method do they use to pass the border? How did you get involved in this space? In the noise of the crowd, the 4 people ordered another table of food. In the dining room, there were incessant swearing, fighting, and the sound of porcelain. The whole food market was just like this. Cloud Dance forehead black line revealed, this meal to eat that call a heart plug ah. After they finished eating, they asked for some rooms and planned to stay in the evil city temporarily. Because they were not familiar with the things in the evil city, Yunwu planned to get familiar with them first, and then start from the evil city to collect people. Because it was the first time that Red Fire Dragon came to the top of the desert, he planned to go out to see the evil city. Meng Bai was in a semi-coma last time and didn't know about the evil city, so they went to the evil city together. In the room, there was endless silence. 2 figures sat next to each other, their eyes opposite, and they seemed to be in divine intercourse. Cloud Dance looking at Dragon Qing evil, finally can't help but first say, I have something to do, want to go out. Long Qingxie yawned lazily, looked at the Cloud Dance and said, such a good time, such a suitable atmosphere, do you really want to waste your time on other things? Such a good time and atmosphere, let's have a rest. Cloud Dance drags Long Qingxie's arm, drags him to the bed all the way, and pushes him down on the bed. Are you pushing for your husband? Dragon Qingxie looks at Yunwu. The evil is aroused by thin lips. There seems to be a magic in the golden eyes, which attracts Yunwu. He can't move his eyes. Push him. Is that right? She did push him, but why can't you admit that it's pushing him? Sleep. Cloud Dance cold voice, conveniently pulled the quilt for him, turned and left the room. After walking out of the room, the Cloud Dance steps suddenly stopped. Looking back at the room, the star's eyes flitted past a trace of suspicion. How do you think this guy is abnormal today? On weekdays, even if he doesn't let him go, he will certainly persuade her to let him go with her. How can he have such a good rest today? Maybe he's really tired. Yunwu can only dispel doubts with this reason that he doesn't believe. After she left the inn, in the room where Long Qingxie was resting, a white phantom passed quietly and disappeared in the opposite direction, but she didn't find it. On the street, Yunwu was thinking about how to assemble people. Suddenly, she saw a notice not far away. An idea flashed through her mind. So she found pen, ink, paper, and inkstone and wrote a recruitment order. The so-called recruitment order is just a martial arts contest. A free competition will be held in the square 3 miles away from the gate of the city. The last 10 winners of the competition will be rewarded accordingly. Magic core, magic grass, martial arts book, elixir, should have. Looking at the notice in hand, Yunwoo nods with satisfaction. These rewards are all the things that martial arts practitioners dream of. They should be attractive enough. Now what she has to do is to go to Sanli, the gate of the city, and wait for them as a spectator. She wants to select 10 dragon people with excellent strength in the evil city, and try her best to train them, so as to make it convenient to act in the dragon. But the premise is the dragon people who don't hate human beings. Just after the cloud dance left, a handsome man with a fan looked at the notice she posted and gave a smile. He pinched the empty palm of his hand. The notice had reached his hand, and the man disappeared in the distance with it. On the square 3 miles away, more and more people gathered here, and most of them were dragon people. Everyone was curious about who posted the notice. Yunwoo was hiding in the crowd. When they were almost there, they took a brush and wrote a few pieces of calligraphy. As soon as their hands were strong, the calligraphy was hung upside down on the pillar in the middle of the square. Hate the elimination of human, the elimination of the strength of Wuzuan below, the rest of the scattered fight. What the hell are the rules? How can the dragon people not hate human beings? One of the dragon people looked at the script and couldn't help yelling. Damn, playing with me. A group of people scolded and chirped. After a while, the crowd gradually dispersed and the spacious square was quiet again. But in addition to the cloud dance, there are 5 people standing in place. Looking at the 5 people, who are not hateful to human beings, they seem to meet the requirements. Why don't you hate people? Cloud Dance picked eyebrow to sweep 5 people one eye. One of the chubby people laughed, no matter what human beings did thousands of years ago, my life is saved by human beings. My view on them is different from theirs. The other man nodded, I don't like it, but I don't hate it. The other 3 nodded. Cloud danced slightly jaw-head, from the space took out the dragon people cultivate martial arts book and 3 human skin mask, in different eyes color more a trace of warmth, the dragon need you 5 people's strength to rectify, don't know what you mean. 5 people look at each other, I do not know why actually bitter smile. To tell you the truth, we were all driven out by the direct order of the dragon palace. We can't go back to exile on the top of the desert for life. We've already given up on the dragon people. Now the dragon palace is already Qi Yong's world. The strength of the 5 of us is really limited. Originally, the smile of Cloud dancing lips deepened a lot. It turns out that all the manipulators behind are Qi Yong. It's true that the guy of Long Qingxie guessed right. People's hearts are not old. For the sake of power, he really doesn't recognize his 6 relatives. What a clever, resourceful 4th prince. Don't worry, I promise you in the name of the summoner that I will let you return to the dragon clan and return you a peaceful dragon clan. Yunwoo made an oath to them. In the name of the summoner. The fat man looked at Yunwoo in surprise, are you the girl summoner who saved Shacheng? Cloud danced slightly jaw-head. The other 4 looked at each other, their eyes revealed unbelievable, then the corners of their mouths were stained with a helpless smile. The dragon people hate human beings, but human beings have been saving us. When Qi Yong's ambition is won, I believe the dragon people will have a new understanding of human beings. She is also looking forward to the moment when the dragon people's millennium concept will be changed. During this period of time, you will continue to stay in Shacheng and enter the dragon clan together with me. Yunwoo handed them the martial arts book and human skin mask in his hand and said, look at this martial arts book. It will be helpful for your cultivation. You can take one of these masks before you enter the dragon clan. 5 people took over the martial arts book and turned it. Every time they turned a page, they were surprised. How can you have this martial arts book? The fat man's eyes sparkled as he looked at the martial arts book. This martial arts book is like a meal for the dragon people who practice martial arts. It can not only enhance their strength, tell them how to gather strength, but also help them to fully use all the strength in their body. As far as he knows, this martial arts book should have been given to the Xuanshi family by the Dragon King 100 years ago. How could it be in her hands? It's handy. What she said was understated, but the 5 people could know that behind the smooth sentence was the symbol of her strength, the strength of a summoner. You practice according to the above and wait for my news. 5 people at the same time nodded, looking at the distant clouds. The heart of the shock set off for a long time cannot be calm. What they see is a young and courageous girl summoner, and it is also the hope for the dragon to regain its brightness. On the way back to the inn, Yunwu was a little relieved. With the help of at least 5 of the dragon people, the fight against the dragon palace was half finished, and the next thing he needed was manpower. In the cloud dance after she pasted the notice place, the eye color suddenly a cold, which hand cheap to tear her notice. She hasn't found enough people yet. Don't look, your notice has been wiped by Aunt Wang at the east end of the city. It's estimated that it has been thrown into the pit now. A person who looked at the lounger, with a wine pot, passed by Yunwu drunkenly. She's not afraid to wipe her ass with that at this time. A lot of things were scattered in the sky, which looked like paper. Yunwu looks at the paper in the wind and frowns slightly. This scene is like a modern advertisement. A 20-story high-rise building is waving down, flying with the wind and raining with paper. All of a sudden, a piece of paper floated down in front of Yunwu and kept spinning in front of her. She picked up the paper in her hand and looked down. When she touched the words on the paper, she looked slightly surprised. She put up the notice. Yunwu picked up 1, 2, 3. It's all her signs. Who helped her write so many notices and come up with such a way of publicity? Although the method is a bit too high profile, but the result will be unexpected. Is this a better way? A touch of elegant and alienated voice came from across the cloud dance. Cloud dance look a zheng, lift eyes to see, that person Fan's son, wear a white dress, the corner of the mouth takes a trace of meaningless smile. Isn't that mysterious 10-city lord? Why did you do that? Yunwu has no reason to explain why he did it. They met only once, and they didn't know each other. Because it can help you. Man elegant smile in the emergence of an unknown so treacherous. Are we familiar? Why help me? Cloud Dance's eyes are sharp, looking at the man's eyes are extremely sharp. She always thinks this person is very dangerous, not ordinary danger. If I want to do something, I can do it. If I don't want to do it, I won't do it. I don't need any reason. If I have to, I'll thank you in advance. Thanks in advance? Yunwu didn't understand what he meant more and more. The person you're looking for will arrive soon, so I'll leave first. The man said, like a cloud of haze disappeared in the air. That moment, this person seems never to appear. There is no sound when it appears, and it is hard to detect when it leaves. Who is this man? Just as Yunwu was about to leave, she heard a rush of footsteps behind her. Looking back, a businessman in a coarse cloth tunic was walking towards her. Cloud Dance micro frown, can't help but some doubts. Isn't that the left league? How did he get here? Girl, fortunately you haven't left yet. When Zhuo Meng came to Yunwu, he was a little short of breath. It seemed that he was very worried. What can I do for you? The commander of Shaqing came to the evil city to find her all the way. What's the matter? Zhuo Meng took out a piece of paper from his arms and handed it to Yunwu. Is this the notice posted by the girl? Yunwu took the paper and changed a little. It's really her notice, but she just posted it for a few hours, and it spread to Shaqing. Suddenly, the star-eye schemes, together clear, should be just that mysterious man's credit. It takes 4 days for Shaqing to walk from the evil city, and 2 days for her to use wind elements. But that person can wander back and forth like the air, like visiting. Is there any shortcut between 10 cities? Cloud Dance a cold smile, feel no such possibility, can only say that the man's strength is she can't expect. I posted it. Yunwu nods. Zhuo Meng said with a smile, that's it. The girls saved Shaching that day. Now many people see the girl's notice and say they are willing to follow. Let me tell the girl. There are already people willing to follow in Shacheng. Cloud Dance pick eyebrow, think oneself listen to wrong. But Zhuo Meng nodded, for hundreds of years, no one has been able to unite at the top of the desert. The girl is the first one. When Yunwu was thinking about calling people to the top of the desert, he thought that someone would follow her because she saved Shaching that night. But he didn't expect that he would answer her so soon. Then go back yourself, and I'll go later. Since someone has taken the initiative to join, she certainly agrees. No matter what the mysterious man did to help her, at least the effect was good. After seeing off Zhuo Meng, Yunwu returns to the inn. Long Qingxia is still sleeping in the room. Looking at Long Qingxia breathing evenly, she shakes her head helplessly. How long has this guy been sleeping? Get up. Yunwu kicks Dragon Qingxia's leg. Although it is not strong, it still successfully wakes him up. Long Qingxia slightly raised his eyes to see the cloud dance in front of the window, and grinned innocently, you've come at a really bad time. Not at the right time. Weifu just dreamt that he was going to eat you clean, so he was one step away. As a result, there was a sigh of injustice in the dragon's eyes. Go away. Yunwu gave him a low roar and gave him another kick. Just when Yunwu turned around and planned to leave, a familiar breath suddenly appeared, and the steps of Wei Yang suddenly froze. Xiao Wu, long time no see. Behind him came a voice like a spring breeze. Suddenly looking back, who is not Situlan? With him are Qi Yi's, Nangong Yi, and Shengguan. How many of them have come to the top of the desert? I haven't seen you for a long time. I don't know you, do I? Qi Cold Night turned Cloud Dance one eye, the temperament of the imperial elder sister immediately revealed no doubt. I said, how did you take care of Xiao Wu during this period of time? How stupid. Shengguan looks at the dragon and reveals a warning in his eyes. The only person who can say this is Shengguan. They have really come to the top of the desert. Why are you here? Yunwu had some doubts. Although they were the people who were described by those people, they didn't understand how they came in. Not because of him. Qi Night Edge swept a Long Qing evil, eyes in the flash of frost, seems to have Long Qing evil resentment. Cloud Dance saw a dragon to pour evil, pondering to concern him what matter, can't help of lift Mao to ask to have been silent South Palace E. Nangong Yi receives Cloud Dance's eyes, and his calm and indifferent eyes have a change. When Liang says, after making a big noise in the Beast Gate, the upper world can't wait any longer. We guess that you have come to the lower world, so we come to you. When we know that you are coming to the Dragon Clan, we will chase you. Who knows that just seeing you, you have already entered the transmission array without waiting to say anything next time we're in the teleport, so there was an accident in the teleport array, and you were also unlucky. Cloud Dance, mouth slightly young, showing a smile. You still laugh. What the hell are these places? When it comes to this place, Shengguan's anger doesn't come from one place. Ha ha ha. Hearing Shengguan's words, Situ Lan had no scruple to laugh. Strangely, under the white gauze, Yunwu saw Nangong Yue's mouth, as if laughing, and Qi Yi's face also had a sneer. What's the funny experience? It's fun to say it. The atmosphere around them became very warm because of the smile on several faces. At this moment, the feeling that they cherish each other is something that others can't have. Yesterday, a strong man told Shengguan that he wanted Shengguan to be his 12th bedroom, and said, get the hell out of here. Shengguan growled and kicked Situ Lan. Poof. Cloud Dance wants to endure, finally still can't resist, can't help but toward the official erect a thumb, sneer, originally you are heavy taste. Shut up, too. Shengguan glared at Yunwu angrily. Thinking of that scene at that time, he felt goosebumps all over his body. A powerful man with a full mouth and beard, half head higher than him, asked him to be his 12th bedroom. Fucking pervert. In recent days, Shangguan almost used all the dirty words he never said in his life. Today, the man sent another bunch of flowers to Shangguan to show his love in public. In the middle of his speech, a touch of fighting came, and the two figures intertwined in an instant. Yunwu forced himself to smile and shook his head helplessly. Looking back at Qi Yi's, how do you know I'm here? Qi Knight glanced at the lazy dragon at the head of the bed, meaning self-evident. She knew it. This guy is so easy to let her go out alone, there must be a ghost in his heart. I heard you were summoning forces. Qi Knight looking at the clouds, cold tone like ice. Yunwu nodded, now I'm in a bit of trouble, I need it. Qi Knight color nods, my black dress team also followed to come, hereafter by you order. What team in black? Cloud Dance tiny pick eyebrow, she can never know she has what black dress team. She trained a team of her own, similar to your killer regiment. Without waiting for Qi to speak at night, Nangong Yuan's cool voice filled the whole room. Cloud Dance clear pick eyebrow, the corner of the mouth dyed a trace of malicious smile, you know quite clear. Smell speech, the South Temple-y peaceful Mao color flits over a glimmer of gloomy, but just light pull music pull corners of the mouth. He just wanted to say more to her, even about other people. His this abnormality, Cloud Dance didn't discover, Qi Knight color but felt, just like the eye Son of Frost glanced at a South Palace indifference way, affectation. But now with Qi Knight's black team, it can be said to be a tiger. She heard Ling Xiantian and Bai Qingshui say that their task was not finished when they retreated. Qi Yi's and a group of people in black destroyed the gate completely. As expected, the Thunder Gate was destroyed. You can imagine how terrible her black team was. I'm tired all day. Let's have a rest and go to Shacheng early tomorrow morning. Yunwu looks at the people. They nodded and turned back to their rooms. In the corridor of the hotel room, Yunwu stood alone in the corridor, looking at the distance without focus, as if thinking about something. The light footstep from behind interrupts Yunwu's thoughts. Looking back, it turns out to be Nangong Yi. Cloud Dance toward him show a smile, gentle way, how did not rest? Aren't you the same? Nangong Yi chuckles. His indifferent voice is like a spring of ice, which is very comfortable. What are you thinking? Nangong Yi looks at her. Up to now, I don't know who Qi Yi's is. Tell me about it. The Cloud dances slightly to hang the phoenix eye, deliberately avoids the South Palace Yi's topic. Between them, there is also a chat, Qi Knight is more suitable. Nangong Yue pursed her eyes and sighed silently. Then she said, she thought she was an orphan. She studied in Yeming Mountain when she was a child. She went down to the mountain at the age of 10 and founded a team in black. At the age of 15, she was found by Shinmin family to be the elder sister and elder sister of Shinmin family who had been missing for many years. After returning to Shinmin family, she was disgusted with the inner struggle of Shinmin family, so she ran alone. He came out, Shinmin family? Cloud Dance micro squint, memory seems to have no name of the family, Dragon Scroll also has no information about the family. The Shinmin family is a place isolated from the world. Even if someone knows that place, no one has ever entered the Shinmin family. It is said that the Shinmin family is the only entrance from the upper world to the divine world. Qi Yi's told him all this. But he didn't know. Qi Yi's told him more about these things than she had ever said when she was growing up. So it is. No wonder. Cloud Dance mouth a hook, smile of some mysterious. Nangong Yue droops his eyes, grabs the fence's finger and turns white slightly, then slowly releases it, have a rest early. Cloud Dance didn't turn back of tiny jaw head, South Palace East saw Cloud Dance one eye, see her head also didn't return, Mao color a dark, turn round to walk back to the room. In the corridor, quiet again. Stay in there and come out. The Cloud dances, the eye light is tiny to glance to behind, some drama abuse in the speech. Behind the dim corner, a black figure came out, with the kind of completely ignored do not close to the cold. Are you in love with Nangong at first sight? Cloud Dance looking at Qi Knight, a very surprised look, but the heart has already had the answer. Chi Knight coldly glanced at her, hesitated for half a second, so what? Ha ha. Get Chi Knight affirmation, Cloud Dance a smile, indifferent eyes out of a trace of cunning, then I sincerely hope you can make a pair. Do you really don't understand or don't you? Chi Knight watching Cloud Dance, slightly frown. Nangong Yi has only her in her heart, which she can see. They have been together for so long, she can't help but understand. Cloud Dance put away the smile of the corner of lips, restored the usual indifference. If it's not because he is Nangong Yi, it has nothing to do with me if I don't understand. Chi Knight sneer, it's heartless. It's better to be merciless than affectionate. It's just because he is Nangongji, a person I don't want to lose, that I hope he can be happy. In other words, if it's someone else, what do I have to do with death or life? She doesn't want to let Nangongji have to leave one day. Nangongji is the person she trusted at first, a friend who knows everything about her. So I'll take him in, don't you mind? Chi's eyebrows are picked with indifference in the night. Both hands agree. They look at each other and smile with a trace of evil. On the roof, Long Qingxia listened to their conversation, looked at the setting sun and sighed, women are really merciless. Men are naturally sentimental. Cloud Dance figure a magic, has come to the Dragon Qing evil side. Who says that men are naturally affectionate, but they are naturally affectionate for their husbands? Long Qingxia reaches out his hand and embraces Yunwu in his arms. Thin lips can't help but rise. Looking at the charm of Yunwu in his arms, he says, and for the rest of his life, only for you. Smell speech, Cloud Dance, a trace of strange in the calm and indifferent eyes, but quickly hide the past, but his hands are tightly around his powerful waist. When did you get so numb? She remembered that he was just a little bit shameless. When he spoke, he was so numb. Little thing, Weifu suddenly realized a very serious thing. Dragon Qing Xia's sword eyebrows wrinkled. It seemed that he had encountered some particularly difficult problem. What's the matter? Cloud Dance raises Mao, extremely serious ask. There was worry in his eyebrows. Only when something big happened would he show such a worried look. The dragon was worried about the evil spirit. He looked down at Yunwu's chest and said, I've been in love with you all my life. If you go on like this, when will the dragon family be able to spread its branches and leaves? Her breasts are still like small steamed bread. Cloud Dance along his eyes, slightly drooping eyes, and finally understand what he is worried about, serious things. You are shameless. It doesn't matter. It's said that children raised by small steamed bread are healthier. Bang! The sound of the roof breaking. After a night's rest, several people left the evil city and went to Shacheng, but they didn't know the danger was approaching. After several people came to Shacheng, Yunwu took them directly to the inn that Zhuoming had taken her to. If you guessed right, Zhuoming should be waiting for her there. After entering the inn, it was not what Yunwu expected. Zhuoming was discussing something with others in the inn. Seeing Yunwu coming, he came quickly. The girl came so fast. Left League walked to Cloud Dance side, looking back at small two-way, go to a few guests to arrange a good room. Yes, Commander left. Little Two nodded and bowed to leave. Zhuoming takes Yunwu to the inner room of the inn. The room is ready with food and wine. It seems that Yunwu will arrive early this morning. I don't know what's going on next. Zhuoming arranges several people to sit down and asks Yunwu if there is anything to help. Yunwu thought for a while and said calmly, just tell everyone that I will wait for them to join my mercenary regiment at the gate today. That's it. The Left League is a little surprised. Is it so simple? Yunwu nods. Shacheng is a place where people are hard to control. She is not sure that she can let them all willingly follow her. But there is one. The people here have no problems in martial arts, but they have some problems in mentality. For example, those who like Shengguan have serious psychological problems. Well, take your time. I'll spread the news. You can go to the gate after eating. After that, Zhuoming got up and left. Looking at the figure Left League, Cloud dance, eyes slightly squint, lost in meditation. Xiao Wu, who is that man? How do you know each other? Shangguan looked at the left direction, curious way. He has seen the ability of Yunwu to subdue and shake people's hearts. But this is the top of the desert and the city of crime. It is a wonderful place to have such a powerful and upright commander. The commander is willing to work for her, which makes him wonder what's going on. The commander of the garrison in Shacheng, when he first came to the top of the desert, I saved him, and then he helped me a lot. Cloud Dance said lightly. The magic grass he gave you? Dragon Qing evil tiny squint gold mao, skim a silk not easy to detect danger. He gave me the magic grass to cure my injury, and the rest of it. Speaking of the half, Yunwu's eyes narrowed and suddenly stopped talking. There was a cold change in the air around. In addition to the 10 magic grasses she won, the remaining 10 were given to her by the mysterious man. Although it's not sure why Long Qingxia didn't let her take magic grass, she vaguely knows that it must have something to do with magic bite, and what the man said when he gave her magic grass was also a little strange. Only now did she understand that he sent her magic grass in the hope that something Dragon Qingxia didn't want to happen. She had a hunch that the man was definitely more than a 10-city lord. What happened to the rest? Situ Lan didn't understand why he didn't say half of what he said. Nothing. Are you full? Let's go when we're full. Cloud Dance swept to see her several people one eye, the facial expression is a little apathetic. A few people turned their lips and shut up to eat. Just at noon, the sun is shining high, at the moment, there are already a sea of people in front of the gate. Obviously, the number of people now is twice as many as that on the night of the 15th anniversary. Most of them came to Shacheng because they saw the notice. The purpose is to see the charisma of the summoner in the rumor. The crowd was so busy that they were all talking about one person. Cloud Dance. That girl summoner. Why haven't you come yet? One of them looked around and didn't find Cloud dancing. You are so anxious. I didn't see you so anxious when I married my daughter-in-law. Another person teased. I'll go to you. Don't you want to meet the summoner who has been passed on so miraculously? On the same day that Yunwu left the evil city, she was a summoner. Overnight, she beat back the tide of beasts with her own strength, and the news of saving the whole Sand City spread all over the desert. If you have seen her, you feel that she is a divine person. If you have not seen her, you treat her as a divine person. When people pass her on, everyone's expectation of Cloud Dance becomes greater and greater, including many dragon people. Cloud Dance a few people just passed a corner, then saw in front of the crowd, suddenly stunned. How can there be so many people? Yunwu stops and listens to the conversation between the people. He probably understands that they are all here for her. Looking back, she didn't do anything amazing except repelling the animal tide. How could she have such a great influence now? Here she comes. I don't know who yelled in the crowd. All of a sudden, the noisy crowd suddenly quieted down, and everyone's eyes were looking for the Cloud dancing figure everywhere. Where is it? Yunwu looks at the people's searching eyes and frowns slightly. She has such a great influence. It must be good for the formation of mercenary regiment, but isn't it too high profile? Why does she always feel a little uncomfortable? Xiao Wu, it seems that your reputation has been established here. Shangguan looked at the crowd with a funny smile. Cloud Dance coldly glanced at him, a plunder turned into an illusion, and instantly stood on the wall. There it is. One of them pointed to the Cloud Dance on the city wall and exclaimed. Suddenly, people's eyes moved to Yunwu. On the wall of the city, a woman in purple stood on it, her clothes floating, as if she had fallen from the sky, her indifferent look as clear as ice lotus, as if God and man could not be profaned. Looking at the Cloud Dance, the noisy crowd is still and silent, and the breath seems to be very slow, slow to suffocate. Is she the girl summoner? She was the one who saved Shacheng that day and beat back the tide of beasts with one man's strength. Left League looking at Cloud Dance, sharp eyes softened a lot. As soon as the words came out, everyone whispered again. Sua Meng looked at the figure on the city wall. Her every move that night really shocked him. She deserves today's influence. Cloud Dance swept a crowd, cool and indifferent voice, with the inherent momentum in the throat. I'm here to form a team and cultivate them for my own use. I won't say much about the rest. I welcome those who are willing to follow me, and I don't force those who are not. With so many people looking at her, it's like watching a beauty. She really can't stand the feeling of being appreciated for free. She just goes straight to the point and solves it as soon as possible. You saved the big guy's life that day. The big guy has long been out of touch with your strength. It's a blessing for the brothers to follow you. We are willing to follow you. Yes, we are all willing to follow you. Cloud Dance slightly jaw head, lip side of the arc bent a little, don't want to now, please leave for a while. No one in the crowd left, how to stand or how to stand. So everyone is willing to follow me? Don't ask why, don't ask anything else. This scene made Yunwoo a little surprised, although I guessed that many people would like to follow her. But she never thought that everyone would like to, and no one would refuse in this way. There are too many people, and the momentum immediately goes up. We are all willing to die. As for Yunwoo, they are convinced and grateful. After committing a crime and then being driven out by their respective families, their behavior is more and more unacceptable. It can be regarded as a kind of self-abandonment, but it is not an unforgivable evil. That night, Yunwoo's unintentional action gave them a trace of warmth. Just for this trace of warmth, they can repay with their lives. Cloud Dance nods, and a cold light passes in her eyes. With their help and Chi Yi's black team, what are you afraid of? Well, everyone will wait for my news in Shacheng. When everything is ready, I will inform you. Good. They all spoke in unison. 100 years of scattered sand has been accepted by the Cloud Dance for one night. Although she knows that some of these people speak of morality and some join in the fun, they are trustworthy people. At least they know that it's enough to unite against danger. With the help of all the people, Yunwoo returned to the inn and planned to discuss how to distribute the next li. Everyone was sitting around the table, everyone was thinking about it, and the atmosphere was quiet and oppressive. How many forces are there in all? Cloud Dance looks at and asks Red Fire Dragon. In addition to the 3 cities, the Xuanshi family is the biggest force, followed by many scattered forces, which cannot be underestimated when they gather together. Red Fire Dragon looked at the Cloud Dance and sighed helplessly. My uncle has been imprisoned for hundreds of years, who knows if there is any change in the situation inside. There should be no change in the distribution of power. She seems to remember where she heard that there are still 3 cities of the dragon family. Because the Xuanshi family relies on the dragon palace, it is the most powerful family. But now the Xuanshi family is no longer afraid. After all, there is only one empty shell left. What's more, it has no use value for the dragon palace. The rest are the 3 cities. According to the influence of the dragon tornado on the dragon people, Yunwoo has a general understanding. The 3 cities are divided into 3 directions, 2 of which are waterways, only one is dirt road. The nearest city to the dragon palace is Tuacheng, the only surface city and the most closely guarded city. The other 2 cities are located on the east and west wings of the dragon palace, and are mainly by waterway. Knight, Nanganji, you 2 take a group of people to the east city, Shangguan and Situ Lan go to the west city, try to change these 2 cities into our people. I will let Mangbai open a tunnel for you to do things conveniently. Cloud Dance this words, the other 4 people is no problem, Mangbai is not willing to. I'm of noble blood, you want me to burrow? That's the work of a mouse, aren't you? Everyone looks at Mangbai with a natural face. It seems that in their eyes, he has always been the image of a mouse. Mangbai got angry and took a sip of stuffy tea. Sooner or later, he will let you know how important noble blood is when it is necessary. The rest of us took the black team and others to Nancheng, pretended to attack, and did enough momentum. At that time, we would give the Dragon King a big dumpling meal. Cloud Dance by the way. A few nodded in agreement. That's settled. We'll start early tomorrow morning. See, other people have no opinion, Cloud Dance will action settled. Then have a good rest tonight. I'll go first. Chi Knight toward Cloud Dance make a wink, take the lead to get up to leave. Yunwoo frowned slightly. Without waiting for her to say anything, several people left one after another. Only she and Dragon were left in the room. Can't we waste their good intentions just for a moment? Long Qingxie casts a wink at Yunwoo. It really can't be wasted. The Cloud Dance's Phoenix Mao to pick, the eye bottom passes a silk to smile, so you yourself slowly lead own Spring Night, I go back to rest first. Yunwoo turns to leave, leaving a sigh in the room echoing for a long time. The night was silent, the stars and the moon were dim. Suddenly, a cloud passed through the sky, and the whole night sky suddenly became dark. The noisy night is destined to be another sleepless night. In the quiet room, Yunwoo is lying on the bed, listening to a strange noise on the roof, his eyes are burning, passing a touch of cold, and he doesn't sleep in the middle of the night. Do you come to visit? The next second, a silent thing floated down in the roof, all the way down, all the way with white smoke. When she saw that thing, she had already smelled a fragrance. Yunwoo was surprised. It was Mi Xiang. She just accidentally inhaled a lot of it. It's over. After a while, the thing fell to the ground without any sound. Two people in night clothes opened the window and jumped into the room. The two men were tall and had a lot of energy to get in. It's the shape of the dragon people, alive or dead. In the quiet room, a low voice could be heard clearly. It's safer to live or die. Another voice replied. They nodded at the same time and crept to the Cloud Dance. Shua. The dagger suddenly appeared in the hand of the man who took it. The next second, the man took the dagger and stabbed at the cloud. The man stabbed twice in a row, only to find that there was no blood on the knife, and he felt that the stabbing thing was not right. Suddenly, the man opened the quilt. There was nothing under the quilt except a pillow covered with holes. Where was the figure of Cloud dancing? At this time, the candle light in the room ignited instantly. Bang! Out of the psychological effect of being a thief, the moment the candle lights up, the man's hand with the dagger shakes violently, and accidentally the dagger falls to the ground. Yunwoo felt her forehead, as if helpless. Did these people come to kill her or make fun of her? Who sent you? Cloud Dance coldly glances at two people, the eye ground is flashing the edge. You don't have to know. Are you going by yourself or are we going with you? The Cloud dances the corner of the mouth to raise a touch of bloodthirsty radiance, sneer away, depend on you? As soon as her voice fell, she heard the sound of fighting coming from Qi Yi's room next door, followed by Nangong Yi, Meng Bai, Situ Lan and others. Almost everyone was in the same trouble as her. Who the hell are they? Yunwoo's eyes were frosty. So many people came and knew the people around her like the back of their fingers. They were prepared to deal with them. And the two people in front of her were not so superficial and useless. And worry about others. You'd better worry about yourself. One of them glanced at the Cloud Dance, picked up the dagger on the ground, and the body shape of the Cloud Dance came quickly. The other man followed closely, and the three figures were intertwined in an instant. In the silent night, there was a lot of noise, and the smell of blood began to spread throughout the inn. The strength of those two people is really not bad. Yunwoo doesn't want to entangle with them anymore. He sneaks out of the room and joins Qi Yi's who has already played in the room. With you, I'll be hunted at any time and place. Qi Night color eyes color slightly angry, tone cold to the extreme. At this time, she was only wrapped in a white coat. Her hair was wet and she didn't even wear shoes. It seemed that she was just bathing Cloud Dance embarrassed smile, I come, you withdraw first. Qi Night color white her one eye, just leave after Nangongji room. Nangongji in order to avoid attack suddenly appeared outside the room, happened to bump into some embarrassed Qi Night color at the moment. For eyes opposite, are surprised. Under the white gauze, Nan Gongyi's indifferent eyes look up and down, inadvertently looking at Chi Knight, but she is a little shocked by her embarrassed appearance at the moment. Chi Knight color facial expression is cold, crossed South Palace E to turn round to return to a room. Keep those two for me. Yunwoo and Nan Gongyi look at each other and can't help laughing. Then Yunwoo gets involved in the battle again. Nan Gongyi takes a look at Chi's room in the night. A smile passes through his indifferent eyes, like a spring breeze. The fighting is getting fiercer and fiercer. In the night, the light of fire element appears constantly, and the dragon people are constantly beaten away. Bang! The cloud dances a figure to sweep, a foot put the last black dress person into the pond. At the moment, Nan Gongyi is still fighting. Yunwoo walked to the edge of the pond and glanced at the man in black in the pond. Qinghan said, "Who sent you to kill me?" The man in black looked at the cloud dance, his lips trembled, "Never want to know." Cloud dance nodded, lips stained with a bloodthirsty smile, "Then you never want to come up. Now just in spring, the weather at night is still a little cool, not to mention soaking in the pond water." I saw that the man in the pond has been frozen slightly trembling, when hearing the words of the clouds, the body suddenly stiff. Mean. Just no, so you're not going to say it? Cloud dance tiny pick eyebrow, to oneself mean happy admit. I've been with Long Qingxie for a long time. It doesn't matter if I'm shameless or mean. Do dream the man was shivering all over, and he didn't speak anymore. Cloud dance nodded, look at you so backbone, I also admire, let you. The man looked at Yunwoo, waiting for her next words, he thought she would say, let him up. Follow your heart and stay in it. Can you stop me? With a roar of anger, the man disappeared in the same place in a flash, followed by the shadow of cloud and mist, which turned into a residual shadow. The man escaped from the right side and was stopped by the cloud dance. The pond is so big, but there is no place for him to go up. The man who admits his life is not on the run. He stays in the pond honestly. Cloud dance is hands ring chest, languid standing on the edge of the pond, also not anxious, as if nothing happened to watch other people fighting. At this time, Chi-Yi's has finished wearing, a face of frost cold indifference came out, all around the dignified intention to kill makes Nan Gongyi a little shock, the interest of retreat. Chi was dressed in red at night. His breath was cold and his figure was quick. As soon as the snake sword came out, every sword was a fatal blow. He made a perfect arc in the night sky. Sure enough, I made the right choice. Yunwoo looks at the people in black who have been killed one after another, and her eyes pass a trace of helplessness. Fortunately, she has left a living in the pond, otherwise, it's cruel. Yunwoo felt sorry for the man in black. Smell speech, South Temple corner of mouth funny twitch for a while, looking at Cloud Dance's eyes strange, is she cruel? Compared with you, it's kind the sound of fighting around has made the lights in the hotel room light up one after another, but no one came out to see what was going on. It's probably because I'm used to seeing so many such things. Cloud Dance in the battle of a few people, found the dragon evil figure, now he has solved 4 people, the 4 people standing beside him, head down, a face I was wrong. And Long Qingxie sat on the stool, looking up at several people from time to time, as if asking questions. Yunwoo frowned slightly. What's the matter with this guy? Help me watch him, don't let him run away, and don't let Chi-Yi's kill him. Cloud Dance glanced at Chi-Yi's, who was just like ghosts and bloodthirsty. He felt that his worry was not unnecessary. Nan Gongyi nodded slightly. What's the matter? Cloud Dance walks to Long Qingxie's side, sits down and asks along his position. The purpose of the people sent by the Dragon Palace is the ancient light in your hands. The dragon's evil eyes narrowed slightly, and Chaoyun Dance showed a charming smile. Cloud Dance sneers. He has long guessed that the Dragon Palace will not let the ancient light go. Now it seems that it has begun to move. None of these people can go back alive. The voice of Cloud Dancing Satan is cold. If these people go back, the whereabouts of the red fire dragon will be exposed. She can't let the dragon people send people to catch the red fire dragon, at least not before she goes to the dragon people. With her voice falling, blood splashing, those people in black who were knocked down by various postures all fell to the ground in the same posture and could not get up again. In the night, the blood is shining with other scarlet, bloodthirsty and ferocious. Yunwu walked to the man in the pond and looked at him with a smile. Give you a chance to live. You'd rather die than surrender. If I don't help you, how bad? What do you want to do? The man was shivering with cold, but now he was afraid of stiffness. He saw a pair of eyes like the devil's scarlet, bloodthirsty, like the abyss of hell. Kill you. The cloud dances and the willow eyebrows pick slightly. It's like eating. Xiao Wu, it's cruel of you to do so. Let them go. Situ Lan looked at the shivering man with sympathy. Cloud Dance Light glanced at him one eye, smile, casually. In the pond, when the man heard the words, he was so happy that he climbed to the bank rigidly. Regardless of the pain, he ran away. Brush. A silvery sword swept through the air and reappeared in scarlet color. The brain looks at the long sword protruding from the abdomen, looks dull and frightened, and the fundus of the eye reveals the disbelief. I just asked her to let you go, but I didn't say that. Behind him, a smile like a spring breeze filled the air and wandered back and forth. Cloud Dance Phoenix Eyes Tiny Am I, this is Situ Lan's nature. Pian warm, natural and unrestrained under the most ruthless side. The night was quiet again, and the smell of killing faded away. At night, the smell of blood still permeates the inn. When Yunwu gets up again, he finds that the blood corpse in the yard has disappeared. He can't help but wonder that he has been treated clean. When she saw a bone gnawed by a rhubarb dog in the distance, she immediately understood. The top of the desert is the top of the desert. Dead people are like dead dogs. Just deal with them. Knowing that the Dragon King had sent someone to pursue and kill her for the sake of the ancient light, several people accelerated the speed of fighting against the Dragon people after discussion, and sent a signal to gather the people of Shacheng early in the morning. In the early morning, the Shacheng, which was originally quiet, became noisy in an instant, and the gate was already full of people. At this time, Yunwu was talking to them. After a night's meditation, they had basically made up their mind whether they could stay or leave. The big guy is willing to follow you and ask nothing else, but now can you tell the big guy what we are going to do? So that the brothers have a bottom in their hearts, and they should do something about it. Outside the gate of the city, there are a lot of people. Everyone is riding a camel. At first glance, it looks like a crusader. Fight against the dragon people. Cloud Dance Cold voice, restless crowd instantly quiet. Crusading against the dragon people. Everyone wondered if they had heard the wrong thing. Yunwu naturally knows what they are thinking in their hearts. The reason why they didn't say what to do yesterday is that they want them to promise first, and then after telling them what to do, those who keep their promise won't leave, and those who don't need her team. Now is the time to witness the results. Can you tell us why we crusade against the dragon people? Asked one of the calm men. The clouds danced, the lips opened, and every word and sentence left an indelible impression in their hearts. Do you think the dragon people are clean now? I don't think it's clean, so I have to crusade to clear the muddy water. As the old saying goes, if you want to join me, if you don't, I won't force you. Cloud Dance calmly swept the crowd one eye, then Wei. This is the 8th prince of the dragon nationality. He fled when he was expelled from the dragon nationality. You should know why he was expelled. Cloud Dance points to the red fire dragon beside him and mentions the events of that year, but it causes a great disturbance. Is he the 8th prince who escaped? No wonder a notice has been issued these days that the 8th prince who is going to be missing suddenly appears and runs away again. When the 8th prince was here, although he liked to be mischievous, his nature was not bad. Who knows? They all looked at the red fire dragon and were surprised. They didn't expect that the 8 princes who had been expelled from the dragon clan had come back. Cloud Dance nods, eyes light indifference. He is the 8 princes of the dragon family, rumor that the 8 princes who embezzled Shuhuan Dan, but with your understanding of him, will he do so stupid things for a Shuhuan Dan? She believed that all the people here were not stupid. Naturally, they could understand it. If for the sake of power, he can kill Qi Yong's mother thousands of times at any time, why do he have to swallow Shuhuan Dan to get into trouble? Red Fire Dragon also said that when he was out playing, he was often assassinated. It was estimated that he was sent by Qi Yong. But they didn't kill the Red Fire Dragon. They had to do it. You mean someone set him up? A tall, white-bearded old man has a beard many times, his eyes are bright, and his face is thoughtful. It seems that he is from the dragon nationality, and he knows more about it. It seems that there are people who understand. Who do you think is behind the scenes? The old man's sharp eyes looked at Yunwu, but Yunwu saw the name of the person she suspected in her eyes. The corner of his mouth stirred up a cold smile. It seemed that the old man had been hurt by Qi Yong, otherwise he would not show such a resentful expression. I don't know if anyone here has suffered from the fourth prince. Smell speech, a lot of people's facial expression a change, twinkling of an eye namely die, the abnormality of this moment can't escape the eye of Cloud Dance however. It seems that there are many. Silence after a long time, as if for a century. I was driven out of the dragon clan the next day because I said a few words that the 8th prince might have been framed. Me too, but my charge is stealing the dragon palace treasures. More than a dozen people were expelled from the dragon clan because they discussed the possibility that the red fire dragon might have been framed. However, she was very strange, and her words were terrible. Why didn't he just kill these people to avoid future trouble? Are you afraid that if you are found, you will be charged with murder? At this time, the crowd was full of people, and a dozen dragon people in armor came out. Those people have steady steps and sharp eyes. At first sight, they are trained people, not palace guards, but also soldiers. And us. One of the men, Blackbeard, had deep eyes. It seemed that he was the head of several people. Are you guards of the Dragon Palace? Although it was a question, Yunwu asked in a positive tone. Blackbeard thought for a moment and nodded, we used to be under the fourth prince. It seems that I really want to know soon. The clouds danced coldly. The atmosphere all around suddenly became tense and suffocated. Everyone knew that what this man said next was the truth of the year. Brother, you can't say it. One of them saw his forehead wrinkled tightly, blocking Blackbeard, the look of his eyes was a little painful, and his eyes were slightly red. Don't worry. We've kept this secret for so many years. We can't keep it in our hearts all the time. We can't stand up and be human. But big brother. Stop it. I've made up my mind. Blackbeard angrily interrupted the man's words, then looked at the red dragon, knelt down on one knee. 8 Prince, what happened in those years? My subordinates made amends to you first. Say, a buckle body, long kneel not up. The red fire dragon's face changed slightly. He looked at Yunwu, but he didn't say anything. What happened in those years was a great shame to him. How can he be calm in the face? After a long time, the red fire dragon jumped from Camel Warcraft, went to Blackbeard, grabbed his arm and helped him stand up. There is a head of injustice and a master of debt. You are also ordered to do things. Of course, I will not blame you for the debt. Smell speech, Blackbeard sharp mouth son of Zheng, you really don't blame us. It's strange for me to chatter endlessly. Red Fire Dragon did not roar at him, turned back to the camel. Blackbeard's suddenly smile, this is the 8 Prince they know. In those days, Qi Yong really hurt his mother for the sake of power. Looking at Blackbeard, Yunwu still didn't believe it. She and Yunlingyi don't have any anxieties, but they still can't attack him at the critical moment. Qi Yong's mother gave birth to him and raised him. Can't it be worth a fight? As the saying goes, tiger poison does not eat son, family is inseparable. Qi Yong really so crazy? The last time I saw him, I thought he was very deep and gloomy, but I didn't see that he was a cruel man. We can't blame the 4th prince for this. It's our fault. Blackbeard sighed and fell into the memory of the past. When we got Shuhu and Dan, we rushed back to the Dragon Palace, but we were hijacked on the way, and Shuhu and Dan was lost. The fourth prince was also very sad to learn about this. It happened that the Dragon King recalled the eighth prince back, so the fourth prince asked us to blame the eighth prince for this. Blackbeard's face was dignified. If Sahundan had not been robbed, how could they have been driven out of the Dragon clan forever? If it had not been for the coincidence, the eighth prince would not have come to this end. Well, I didn't want to talk about the past, but now it's better for you to understand. Red Fire Dragon hoarse voice, take out a wooden box from the bosom to throw to Blackbeard. This is I was framed to escape from the Dragon Palace, was found in Chi Yong room, you see. At the moment when he saw the wooden box, Blackbeard's face changed, his forehead wrinkled, his eyes were surprised, as if he saw something that should not have been impossible to see. Not only him, but also more than 10 people behind him were shocked when they saw the wooden box. Blackbeard opened the wooden box slowly. Every minute he opened it, his face became dignified. When the wooden box was completely opened, all the people looked at the wooden box and shook their heads. Their eyes were unbelievable. How could it be? Is it the fourth prince who robbed Sahundan? What is in the wooden box is a red soul continuation pill, which is as red as blood and as bright as diamond. They will never forget it if they see it once. Is it really found in the fourth prince's room? Blackbeard looked at Red Dragon and doubted his words. Up to now, I don't want to lie to you. Even if you don't believe me, you should trust her, right? Red Fire Dragon points to Cloud Dance, which has been hidden in his heart for many years. He didn't say it because he didn't believe it was Chi Yong. Now the truth is more and more clear, and he has to believe it. Smell speech, Blackbeard dignified facial expression instant becomes a little dim. It was actually made by the fourth prince. Does he want to remove all the people who knew that he had framed the eighth prince? If it wasn't for this sudden girl, they might not know the truth of this matter for hundreds of years. No wonder the fourth prince asked them to eat the ghost grass and swore that they would not mention it in the future. If they mentioned it, they would be destroyed by the ghost grass, devouring the heart and leaving no bones. I'm afraid that something will happen one day. If he didn't tell the truth at the cost of his life today, I will have a bad conscience all my life. Thinking of the fact that they followed him all their lives, but finally got a time bomb and the result that they could not get freedom all their lives, his unhappiness became more and more obvious. Do you think it's not worth it? Do you think it's selfish? Cloud Dance sneers. Don't talk about it. Our brothers are willing to follow you to the death and fight against the Dragon Clan. Ask Chi Yong clearly. Yes. We must be innocent of what happened in those years. Let's go too. The Dragon Palace is Chi Yong's world now. I don't know what more lawless things will happen in the future. Yes, we all go. They all shout to attack the Dragon Palace. Yunwu knows that he has won the bet. Now Chi Yong is in power, and with his unique city government, the Dragon King has appointed Chi Yong as the new Dragon King. In addition, after knowing Chi Yong's crime, it is impossible for the Dragon people to watch the Dragon people go deeper and deeper. And other people who have been expelled know what it's like to be expelled from their families, especially those who have been expelled because of their grievances, so they all have a sympathetic voice to urge them to go. What's more, it's because of Cloud Dance, the sacred vocalist profession, and the uncanny power that they admire and are willing to dominate for her. Well, we are divided into 3 groups. They are two groups, and I am with them. Yunwu points to Chi Yi's, Nanganji, Shengguan and Situ Lan, Meng Bai Red Fire Dragon and Dragon's Evil Way. Smell speech, public. This just carefully looked at a few people. It doesn't matter if you look at it. Once you look at the restless factor in your heart, you will be completely relieved. One is like ice, without any temperature. A man like God, pure and elegant with the world. A dawdle, but with a dark and strange atmosphere. A warm as the sun, but feel even deeper than the night evil. It's like you don't care about anything. An evil spirit, with a trace of darkness in the god, but the darkness is like a demon, bloodthirsty and evil. And each of them is just human, but the strength makes them feel the existence of fear, and everyone's posture is so untouchable. Is this the summoner's friend? Today is a real eye-opener for them. Of course, these people don't know the identities of these human beings in their eyes. If they know their identities, they may be even more surprised. After the three teams dispersed, they drove to the dragon tribe together. A large number of people and horses were scattered like the quicksand on the top of the desert, but because of the clouds, she gathered the scattered sand together and twisted it into an irresistible force. Once again came to the dragon border. To meet the cloud dance is still the silver dragon hand tie-and stick is still shown in red. This time, the man in armor came to open the border for her. Once she was born and twice she was familiar. There was no accident for her, but she was surprised by the group of people behind her. How did the silver dragon messenger show up? Are there any noble guests among us? You know, it must be a big man who can make the silver dragon come out to meet you. Messenger, who are you here to meet? Blackbeard looked at the silver dragon messenger and was surprised. So far, this is the second time he saw the silver dragon messenger, and the first time he met the dragon king. As far as he knows, there should be no nobles who can disturb the dragon messengers except the red fire dragon. But because of being expelled, Red Dragon is no longer a noble. Are there any other nobles? Lao Tzu is full of noble blood, don't you know? Meng Bai glanced at Blackbeard with disdain. Smell speech. Blackbeard looked up and down Meng Bai one eye, eyes full of doubt. What's the question? I don't look like a nobleman. The crowd heard the words and nodded at the same time. The silver dragon messenger's face changed slightly, and he didn't speak for a long time. He is of noble primary lineage, but he appears because of red high lineage. Since he admits that it is because of him, what else can he say? He said that the advanced red tie-and stick appeared, but he didn't know who the red tie-and stick represented, because the red tie-and stick never appeared. Who is the person who can give the red tie-and stick a sense? Dragon King has only intermediate pink. Who can be higher than the 9th 5-year plan? In order to cover up his embarrassment, the silver dragon messenger quietly looked at Yunwu. Just, when looking at the large number of people behind her, some doubt, this is. Your task is not just to meet the guests. Cloud Dance picks eyebrow to ask away. Silver dragon messenger slightly jaw head, his task is really to meet the junior above VIP. Where is all that nonsense coming from? Open the way as soon as the clouds dance and the willow eyebrows condense. All you have to do is open the door to welcome the distinguished guests. How can there be so many problems? The silver dragon messenger's face changed slightly, looking at the large number of people behind Yunwu, he was in trouble. If the red VIP comes here, he should open the door respectfully. But now, how does this posture seem to come to clean up? No, I don't, do I? Cloud Dance eyes show a trace of dangerous scarlet. Suddenly, the tie-and stick in the hand of the silver dragon messenger hummed soundlessly. The red color became more and more colorful and restless. That day, CE Stick had feelings with his heart. Naturally, other people couldn't feel the abnormality of Tian CE Stick. The silver dragon messenger was surprised. But after pondering for a moment, he finally decided to open the border. He doesn't know who can inspire the red tie-and stick, but the only thing he knows is that once that person gets angry, the tie-and stick will be destroyed, and the border of the dragon tribe will become an empty decoration. The border is very strong. No one can destroy it. The only one that can destroy it is the red nobles. At that time, everyone thought that there would be no red aristocrats here, so they thought it was not a devastating loophole, but they didn't expect after the silver dragon messenger opened the border, 3 groups of people went to different directions. See and leave the 2 groups of people, Cloud Dance mouth corner a bend, as long as they fight there, take the dragon palace like pinch an ant. After Qi Yi's and Shengguan leave, Yunwu also plans to leave for Tuocheng in the south. Looking back, the silver dragon messenger has not left. Glancing at the silver dragon messenger, the cloud danced and frowned a little displeased. Is there anything else? Who are you? Silver Dragon Messenger confused asked irrelevant words. Human Summoner, don't you know this identity? Are you surprised? Are you shocked? A touch of irony appeared in Meng Bai's mouth. The red fire dragon frowned slightly, and there was a trace of doubt in his eyes. When did the Silver Dragon Messenger talk so much? In the past, the Silver Dragon Emissary was a Gowling type who didn't say a word to his father. Now what's the matter? Summoner. Silver Dragon Messenger stunned a Zheng, and then restored the usual indifference. I see, disturb. After that, the volley turned into a silver dragon, hovering in the sky for a moment and then disappeared. Looking at the Silver Dragon Messenger, Yunwu can only shake his head helplessly. Looking back at the dragon, what are you thinking? From the road to now, he almost did not say a word, all the way seems to be thinking about something. Dragon Qing Evil Spirit smile, I'm thinking of a way to have the best of both worlds. The best of both worlds? Cloud Dance doesn't understand of tiny Cu eyebrow. Long Qingxia nodded, thin lip Evil said, our ultimate goal is not the light of ancient times. Hard is not as good as soft, is it? Yunwu had no choice but to smile and take a deep breath. Yes, she seems to have forgotten that she came for the light of ancient times. Now I know clearly that the ancient light was in the Dragon Palace, but I just don't know where it was. If you hit hard, even if you help Red Fire Dragon get back her innocence, it's not likely that the Dragon King will give her face and hand over the ancient light. If you come to soft, you can see everyone's face, even if he knows the whereabouts of the ancient light and doesn't want to say, he will let them go to the Dragon Palace to find the ancient light, so it's easier to do. Do you have any idea? Cloud Dance feel that such a thing, or have to give her this scheming man to solve. The dragon tilts Evil Spirit to hook up the lip cape, wantonly smile, the method is to have, but must first go into the Dragon Palace to say righteously. It's easy to say. Take Qi-Yong as a stepping stone. The enchantment and danger of Cloud dancing and laughing. Long Qingxia nodded, my woman is so smart. I can't stand it. Let's go first. Meng Bai let out a loud cry and touched his arm. He felt excited all over his body and wrote 3 words on his face. He couldn't stand it, I don't like the scene of kissing me. You're not polite. Make room for them. With a wave of his hand, the red dragon took a group of people behind him and headed south. Get back here. Cloud Dance eyes color a cold, toward the crowd a low roar. In a twinkling of an eye, the people who had just taken 2 steps quickly backed back. Cloud Dance swept Red Fire Dragon and Meng by one eye, cold way, next time pick your dragon skin and your mouse skin. 2 people body one tremble, the corner of the mouth fierce one twitch, mutually stare one eye. It seems that it's not good to offend anyone. I have to offend this female king of hell. Boom. There was an unusual roar from the surface of the earth. Cloud Dance pupil Mao Mi, this is the signal that their side moves to start. No Chi say an upper official there already started to attack a city, she looks back to see to the public. Come on, it's our turn. In the Dragon Palace. Report, the East City was attacked by unidentified people, fierce, we did not prepare, loss. Report. The West City has been attacked by artillery, and the gate has been destroyed. Before the last report was finished, and before the other person arrived, a quick voice had come, interrupting the first person. 2 cities in a hurry. The Dragon King in the yellow velvet robe looks very ugly. The dragon people have always been friendly with all ethnic groups, and they have been quiet for thousands of years. How can someone attack suddenly? Who on earth came here? Low roar, trying to endure. There are so many people here that I don't know. The visitor went underground in shame. Waste. The Dragon King roared, and the teacup fell to pieces. The Dragon King calms his anger. The most urgent task now is to send troops to support, otherwise the 2 cities will be in crisis. I'm afraid it will be. Thought the minister of the dragon race said in a hurry. The old Dragon King looked very angry and thought for a while. He said in a deep voice, how's the situation of Tuacheng? To the Dragon King, there is nothing unusual about Tuacheng. Another great general in the court. Send troops to support the two cities immediately, and guard them for me anyway. The Dragon King clenched his fists tightly. Because of anger, his whiskers were raised slightly, and his body trembled slightly with excitement. Yes, the general turned and left. The Dragon King is the king of the dragon people, and he has a sense of the dragon area. Feeling the roar of the distant land, the Dragon King seems to be able to imagine the situation of the two cities. Who on earth can take a large number of people through the border and attack the dragon clan? But he didn't know that the roar was intended for him. Qi Yi's Shengguan, two groups of people, although the movement is big, but the reign is small, did not really plan to attack the city, just want to let the Dragon Palace send troops. When the Dragon Palace sent heavy troops to support the two cities, Yunwu and his party had been hiding around Tuacheng, waiting for the people of the Dragon Palace to leave. Seeing that most of the forces of the Dragon Palace have dispersed to the two cities, Yunwu gives an order, and everyone begins to attack Tuacheng. Tuacheng has a strong guard. But the Cloud Dance has already let Chi Knight's black dress team advance inside, inside answer outside. According to the plan, the 5 dragon people are now waiting in the city for the Dragon King to come and control the Dragon Palace. Inside the Dragon Palace. No, Tuacheng is under attack. What? The Dragon King got up, his face turned pale. Come on, lead the troops with me to support Tuacheng. Tuacheng is the most important defensive area. If Tuacheng falls, the Dragon Palace will be in crisis. At this time, a shadow came quickly. The man looks like he's worried. Isn't he Qi Yong? Father Huang, if you attack with illness, you will certainly cause more riots among the dragon people. Why don't you ask your son to explore the truth first, and he will guarantee to protect Tuacheng. Qi Yong half kneels on the ground to request, the facial expression manner is extremely sincere. The Dragon King pondered for a moment, nodded. You take 10,000 people to meet, if it is the main force of the enemy, try to circle, see if there is room for relaxation. Yes, Qi Yong got up and left in a hurry. Just now I heard the spies report that it was Red Fire Dragon who brought people to attack the city. He must not be given the chance to see his father. Tuacheng. Above the city wall, the Black Team and the Dragon Guards have been fighting. Dragon Guards are good at defense and attack. They are powerful and agile. They have a great advantage. But Qi Knight's Black Team is just like a ghost in the daytime. The dragon people have no place to use their power and can't catch their shadow. In this way, the Black Team is better. The Black Team uses Qi Yi's weapon specially made for them, Soft Sword. It's as soft as a whip and sharp as a sword. It's an excellent weapon for killers. Qi Yong's backup troops have not come yet. The dragon people on the city wall have been almost cleaned up by the Black Team. Now they are basically the territory of the Black Team. Under the wall, the team in black took the wall and opened the gate. Cloud Dance saw the Black Team occupied the city wall, opened the city gate, also not anxious to enter the city. She's waiting for someone worthy of her negotiation. Step on. In the distance, a group of black people galloped in. Cloud Dance looked at the menacing crowd, Phoenix eyes slightly narrowed, a trace of cold on passed by the fundus of the eyes. It's him. Qi Yong. She cold lips raised a smile, the opposite person, is not worth her waste of words to negotiate. For eyes opposite, like ice like purgatory, the atmosphere around suddenly strange up. Qi Yong took a deep look at the Cloud Dance, and moved his eyes to the Red Fire Dragon, with a deep smile, 8 younger brother, long time no see. Seeing this, Red Fire Dragon's anger can't help rising. Even Cloud Dance can clearly smell his anger of killing people. Calm down, what's the hurry? When you're going to relieve your anger, I'll be with you if you can't kill him at that time. Cloud Dance stares at Red Fire Dragon and indicates that he should restrain his hot temper. We are all civilized people. How can we use violence at the beginning? Red Fire Dragon resists the impulse to kill Qi Yong, except the burning anger. 8 younger brother, the father and the emperor ordered you to be expelled from the dragon tribe, and exiled to the top of the desert is already for the sake of father and son. How can you not be satisfied? Qi Yong looks at the red fire dragon, and his deep eyes are unpredictable. The dragon scale on the dragon's armor is full of the edge of killing, just as he wanted to kill the red fire dragon in his present mood, so as to avoid future trouble. That book is for the sake of father and son. Is it kind enough to kill you? Red fire dragon angry eyes a cold, a jump body half empty, instant into dragon state. Roar. The dragon roared and whirled over the crowd. Cloud Dance slightly frowned, raised eyes to glance at a red fire dragon, eyes swept a trace of helplessness. Forget it, with his hot temper, suffered hundreds of years of humiliation, now he cannot bear to kill Qi Yong is already very good, what else does she want? Do you think? Fourth Prince, do you think you are qualified to speak in the present situation? Yunwu interrupts Qi Yong's words, with a hint of warning and provocation in his cold voice. Smell speech, Qi Yong facial expression tiny change, but very quickly concealed go down. Looking at Yunwu, so what? Can you really attack the dragon palace? After that, a disgusting smile appeared on his deep face, which made Yunwu feel very uncomfortable. Ah! With a scream. Qi Yong's whole body fell over in an instant and fell to the ground on the back of his mount. She really won't do it to the dragon palace, but if she does it to you, it will dirty her hands. Long Qingxia lazily takes back his palm, and the evil spirit casts a wink at the Cloud Dance. When you encounter dirty things, give them to Wei Fu, so that you won't feel sick. I think so. Cloud Dance toward him a smile, satirized of saw a Qi Yong of embarrassed. You. Qi Yong stood up in pain, his deep eyes burning with anger. Fourth Prince, if there's a fire, hold it down first, or I'll be on fire and you'll suffer, won't you? Cloud Dance indifferent smile, smile of cool evil. What on earth do you want to do? Qi Yong looked at a few people, and gradually understood the form. He was always calm and calm. After he met Yunwu, he found that there were too many factors he could not control. For example, in the current situation, he was sure to win the red dragon, but now he is threatened and can't move. Of course you don't know what she wants to do, but you should know what he wants to do. Meng Bai points to red fire dragon, a face you don't understand can go to die of expression. Smell speech, Qi Yong holds sword hands suddenly tight. Do you think anyone will believe what you say? Qi Yong looks at the red fire dragon, and his eyes are calm again, just like the calm before the storm. We believe it. Don't believe who will come back with him. One by one, those people in Shacheng made their stand clear. Does your trust work? Qi Yong's angry voice was hoarse and hoarse. Is the trust of the soldiers you drove out useful? Is the trust of an old friend who has been set up by you and expelled forever useful? Cloud dances to pick eyebrow to ask away, the eyes is an instant of looking at Qi Yong, she wants to see Qi Yong hear these words, the facial expression turns green of that moment. Sure enough, Qi Yong heard her words, iron black face instant green. Maybe Qi Yong didn't expect that the loyal soldiers would betray him in a few years after taking the deadly ghost grass. At that time the soft-hearted, doomed to the consequences of today. Qi Yong glanced at the crowd and said, take them down. Yes, the army swarmed up behind him. Looking at the swarming army, Yunwu winked at the black team on the upper floor of the city. In an instant, the black team floated down the tower like a ghost, blocking the army going through the gate. With the sword waving, the city gate suddenly spattered blood and screamed. The gate of the city is only 10 meters wide. It only needs a few people in black to guard it. Qi Yong's people can't be killed. The so-called, one man is in charge of the pass, 10,000 men are not allowed to open it. Looking at the falling soldiers, Qi Yong's face was a little ferocious. Then he yelled at the people behind him, kill them for me. Most of the soldiers in front of him are from other races controlled by him, while those in the back are really dragon soldiers. Hearing Qi Yong's order, Yunwu looks at the red fire dragon in the air. He says coldly, next, it's your turn. Smell speech, red fire dragon roars, long yin a, sweep toward front. In front of the dragon, soldiers have become dragon state, occupied in mid-air. Jingtiao orderly Chaoyun dance hit, but were stopped by red fire dragon in mid-air. At this time, the black team had already killed the soldiers at the gate. At this time, a middle-aged man in armor rushed to Qi Yong and said something in his ear. Qi Yong's face changed. For a moment, those deep and secluded eyes were full of surprise, panic, and a faint sense of killing. At this moment, a golden dragon appeared in the air. The golden dragon was followed by several giant dragons, swimming in the direction of Cloud Dance in a zigzag shape. Cloud Dance willow eyebrow tiny pick, looking at Qi Yong's dark face, the corner of the lip radiant rises. Has the person of negotiation value come? If you're right, is that the Dragon King? At the time of Cloud Dance meditation, Jinlong has come to Qi Yong. The dragon's majesty swept away and disappeared in mid-air. There was one more person on the surface. You're tuning in to the Blissful Bookshelf YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.